Yourself on Discord.
All right, hang on. All right, how's that?
Perfect. Yep.
All right. All right, folks. We are live once again on this crap. Hang on, let me
Oh, we're only halfway through. Fuck.
Fuck indeed. We gotta. That's why we gotta fucking power through this. We gotta make it through this before Sci-Fi September ends, guys. I think it's official. Jessie goddamn Gender is the final boss of Sci-Fi September. I think we can safely say that. Holy shit. Oh,
I'd like to say that this thing is violating the law. I signed an executive order. There are only 2 genders since January. We're gonna arrest her. We're gonna lock her up.
Yo, 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 Lethal Nonsense. Hey, Lethal Nonsense, can you hear me or Solar and John right here? Let me ask you a minute.
Testing.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Let's see.
I can hear you.
Oh, now you're echoing, Solar. Hang on. Okay. All right. All right. He can hear everyone. All right. So anyway, yeah. Without further ado, let's just jump right into this, folks. Shall we? Also, Tristan, that's who Lethal Nonsense is. Tristan, if you don't know, Jessie Gender here is the final boss of Sci-Fi September. We just figured that out where you showed up. But anyway, let's keep going. So Jessie Gender is once again saying that like just banging on about how Andor reformed the Star Wars myth. Also, it says how Star Wars Andor. It's like it's not Star Wars Andor, it's just Andor, but whatever, I guess. Anyway.
That is often the way of the oppressor. He cannot understand the simple fact that people want to be free. So when a man resists oppression, they pass it off by calling him crazy or insane.
Okay, that means absolutely.
We reached the season's most harrowing episodes.
Are just crazy, so.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of crazies in this world, Jesse. I don't know what to tell you, but anyway. Also, I have a feeling that most people generally desire like security anyway. So yeah. Anyway.
Massacre itself.
Oh, here we fucking go. January 6th in space. Let's do it, boys.
Strangely enough, these episodes begin quietly, almost tenderly, on Yavin, contrasting sharply with the violence to come. And Willman arrives not as a soldier, but as
what a fucking cock blocker, whoever that was. Lethal Nonsense, Jessie Gender is gay, not just gay, but also gay and trans. Lethal Nonsense, yeah. Anyway,
or is it just gender non-binary? Who knows?
Who fucking knows? Who cares?
Oh look, Cassian's
seamlessly
gay.
Folded into their domestic space. Welcomed with the kind of sense of communal connection all 3 of them have been denied for so long. The show reframes Yavin not just as a rebel stronghold as it's been known since the very beginning of Star Wars. Now, it's a vision of collective survival, of roots planted in the shadow
isn't Yavin
of Empire.
Like the son to Jedi Order and in the EU?
No, well, to be fair, John, the headquarters of the Jedi Order has always kind of like shifted all over the place. Like it just depends on like what time period you're talking about. Because originally it was Tython, then it became Ossus, then it became Dantooine, then it became Coruscant. You know, they've kind of like moved all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So
I will disagree with your reading of the protest in this. I think at least how the Andor creator probably intended it to be read. Is probably like a BLM riot or some shit where they're like, because they want to make the authority figures the bad guys. So it wouldn't be January 6th just because they would be like, oh, then the police would be the good guys because the protesters were evil to them.
Well, I mean, John, the left do hate police officers, so you know it could still work as that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on.
But Willman doesn't just bring warmth.
Also, that's a incredibly stupid name, Wilmot. Like, who the fuck thought that was a good name? I swear to God.
I thought he said women don't just bring warmth. I didn't even know that was a character.
Oh, anyway.
He brings a mission. Dedra is on Gorman, and a reckoning is due
Warman.
for the genocide she oversaw on Ferris.
Warman's on Gorman? Fuck.
The warmth of Yavin fades quickly. The Gorman city of Palmo is unrecognizable. Rubble-strewn streets, Imperial blockades choking its plaza. Occupation is everywhere.
It's actually
What is
very
this
recognizable. There's just less people in the street. That's pretty
Yeah,
much the
well,
only main
also-
difference.
Yeah, also, what is this music? Is Jessie Jenner playing, like, fucking Life is Strange music? What is this crap?
Even without knowing Star Wars canon, you can feel it. There's a sense of
Oh,
inevitability
fuck off
to
about Star
Yeah,
Wars
yeah.
canon.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Jesse Gender isn't even a Star Wars fan. He's a goddamn Trekkie or shit, man. Oh my god. And as I always say, Trekkies are really bad at critiquing Star Wars. They just are for some reason.
I'm a very light Star Trek dabbler. I wouldn't call myself a Trekkie just because I've watched way more Star Wars and like care way more about Star Wars. It's funny, like Trek. I probably watched the original series and like 3 seasons of of the Next Generation. I almost called it a New Generation.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, Lethal Nonsense asks, who wants to know Star Wars canon? Well, Lethal Nonsense, as Simon Rabies would say, canon is whatever you want it to be, so you really don't need to know Star Wars canon. You could just pick and choose, and you're good to go.
Well, and then that other dumbass basically thinks that if you know anything about anything, that you have the tism, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
That's the tism, quite frankly, if you remember any detail.
Yeah, apparently. Anyway, Lethal Nonsense also says Star Trek is boring to me. Yep, same. Anyway.
all of this. A creeping understanding that the massacre is coming, that it's been coming. Dedra knows it too. She pleads with Partagaz to reconsider, but he brushes her off.
Also, this guy fucking reminds me of that bullshit ass tweet where Mahler said, hey, more people will remember Leo Partagaz than fucking, I don't know who he said, but like any other Star Wars character. It's like, I don't even remember who this guy is. Like, doesn't he have like fake teeth or some shit? That's all I remember him about. Fucking, like, seriously, he's just an old man. Who gives a shit? Lethal Nonsense says, I have the tism. Oh no. Anyway.
Angling a promotion.
What I need now is some clarity on how exactly.
Dedra, calmly.
Let the image of professional ascendance settle your nerves.
That's the machinery of genocide. It doesn't need malice. It grinds.
Also, here he is. Fucking, Lethal. This is Jesse Gender right here for you. Like, so, yeah, that just about says everything you need to know about Jesse Gender.
How
Yeah.
can you say he's not a Star Wars fan? That's such a great Rebel pilot cosplay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Well, yeah.
that.
Solar, hang on, Solar. I'm muting you on Discord. Hang on. Sorry, Solar. You're just echoing a bit. But anyway,
Oh, you're
it's
going through a wind tunnel. You need to stop that.
yeah, Solar. Anyway, as I was saying, so basically, fucking, yeah, exactly, Lethal. Yeah.
He
Anyway,
looks
so
like
yeah.
he's smooching up for a kiss in this pause.
Yeah,
phase,
yeah,
too.
this
It looks even
cosplay looks like a random fucking orange shirt he got, and that's like an apron he keeps in the kitchen, yeah.
It's like if I
Also,
just wore a green shirt and then like threw on and then like used Sharpie to draw some black patches on, and I was like, I'm Tanjiro from Demon Slayer.
yeah, pretty much. It's like, and yeah, we got an absolutely great fucking Star Wars setup here. We got these fucking meaningless ass fucking, I don't even know what they are, diagrams on the wall. This shit in the bottom right, bottom left, I don't know. We got fucking Cal Kestis's medical robot. I don't know what this is. It's too blurry. I can't tell. An action figure of I don't know. It's too blurry. I can't tell.
There's a clone trooper helmet.
Oh yeah, clone trooper helmet. Yeah. Jessie Gender's totally a Star Wars fan. Yeah. Anyway,
I like
Forward
how
on
he
ambition.
puts it on the bottom shelf. Says that he thinks of Star Wars.
yeah, just about. Yeah.
The
Inertia.
sucked. I'm gonna put this on the bottom shelf.
Yeah.
Complicity. Partagaz is a cog, so is Dedra, a mechanism. Kaido, the Imperial captain, spells
Kaido?
it out.
The villain from One Piece, the strongest beast in the world.
Probably. Also, I feel Jesse. Let's just make things easier on ourselves. Let's just list off in this show. Let's just list off who isn't a cog and save ourselves a lot of time. Yeah, it's like oh, everyone's a cog in the machine. Like, yes, you've made that fucking apparent in over your previous 3 parts. You
Also,
don't need to
just,
keep.
like, saying that for positions in the Empire is pretty lazy. It's just like, oh look, this person commands this. It's like you can say this for like any evil military, really. I could like point to a random orc in Lord of the Rings and be like, look, man, he's just a cog in the machine. He's whipping his fellow orcs to get to that black gate. Whoa.
Fuck it. You could say this about literally any fucking organization with a with a tier hierarchy like that. Like,
Yeah.
oh hey, if you're let's take Sentinel Comics for a minute here. Hey, if you work for the chairman's organization, which is his crime organization, like you're just a cog in his machine, man.
Hell,
yeah,
with anything, even science.
Yeah. Jacob says, what are we doing? We're roasting Jessie Gender. We're trying to power through Jessie Gender before Sci-Fi September's over. Lethal Nonsense says, roasting Jessie doesn't know about gender.
Doesn't know what gender.
Yeah. Lethal Nonsense, not one of my best nicknames. Give me one, I'll come up with one. All right, Lethal. We got
Jessie
all the time.
Genderless.
Jessie, that's a good one, yeah. Anyway.
Wants a comfortable ride home. But let's not confuse the chain of command. I'm the trigger supervisor, you're the finger.
They're all cogs just turning by someone above them, and Dedra herself must pull the final trigger.
She always makes
And
the
she
same.
does.
She always just makes a face like she smelled a bad fart. That's like her acting range is just like flat face or the little sneer. That's
it. She's like Scarlett O'Hara. She got that resting bitch face. Yeah.
Anyway. Oh my god! So wait, is that coming from you, Backseater?
What?
Like a whistling kind of noise on my end?
Oh shit! Is my mic on?
Oh yeah, I'm hearing it on Solar's Discord. My bad.
Damn.
There was like a loud whistling noise. I muted.
I thought I was muted on Discord.
No, you are for the stream, but I was hearing you. That's why Backseater didn't hear it.
Yeah, anyway.
She tells herself she's just following orders.
What are we doing here?
Following orders.
Echoing the classic Nazi defense, even as she knows better.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, to be fair, like, following orders is a good defense in some cases. I'm just gonna say right now, I do think there are times where I was just following orders is a legit defense. Not saying it's necessarily here, but I do think it is. Anyway.
This began long before we got here. They've been planning it for years. They're doing this, no matter what.
Yes, Jacob. Mark Hamill's like, did someone say Nazi? Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
You didn't seem to mind the promotions.
You can see it in Denise Gao's brilliant performance.
Brilliant.
The way
Yeah, brilliant. Keeping the same face the entire show. What magnificent acting, yeah.
I wonder if he liked Serial Boy's performance in that scene too, where he just like stands there flat-faced. He's supposed to be processing that his girlfriend is like gonna slaughter a bunch of people. He's just like, I generally dislike. It's like he ate some bad cereal. He got some sour milk in his cereal that morning. He's just like, ugh.
Yeah. Lethal Knot says Luke Soy Walker. Yeah, pretty much.
Dedra tries to rationalize her role, even as the horror of what she's done begins to fracture her. I don't feel sympathy for her, but I do think this is some of the
I like her acting so much, but I'm not gonna feel sympathy for her. Yeah, that checks out.
You're supposed to feel sympathy for her, so I guess her acting wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
show's most brutally effective work. Her breakdown after the massacre is important to see, but it isn't about redemption or feeling sympathy for her.
Looks more like she's crashing out from a drug addiction or some shit, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a portrait of self-inflicted rot. Genocide dehumanizes everyone it touches. Not just the dead, but the ones who carry it out. That's the banality of systemic violence. It masks itself as inevitable, as order. No one feels responsible. It's just the machine.
No, it wasn't inevitable. The protesters all brought a bunch of guns, so that was kind of what caused it. And they fell right into a very easy and noticeable trap. So yeah.
Plus, as John pointed out in previous streams on this video, they didn't have to go about like this super elaborate plan. They could have just moved all the damn fucking. They could have moved all the damn people off the damn planet by saying like ecological disaster, whatever the hell.
You literally are the Empire. You can find scientists. You have a bunch of scientists that work for you. Just be like, hey, I need you to make up some studies. You know, we see this a lot in the real world where people will just make up studies and then everybody arguing for a position will just be like, oh, the ADL says this, so don't believe your lying eyes. And with things that are far easier to tell that they're lying than this, like this, they could just be like, there's a super volcano, watch out. And then it's like, oh no, we destroyed the planet by mining the Death Star material. No, we didn't. Actually, it was that super volcano we were talking about. Good thing we evacuated you guys.
Yeah. Jacob says, can we have Sydney Sweeney back? Jacob, I don't know how to work this new layout, but I'll try to get working on it as soon as I can.
We'll make the fan edit of Andor where all of a sudden, like in episode 4 or something, they're like, Cassian, we need you to visit Jabba's palace. And there's like Sydney Sweeney, Alexandra Daddario, what's her face? Beer. I just know her last name is Beer, the other hot actress, but they're all in slave Leia bikinis, and Jabba's like, what do you want, Cassian?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
The truth is, Dedra, Kaido, Partagas, they're all complicit. Every gear turns because someone chooses to turn it.
Boy, Jessie really thinks
the Empire's orchestration is also.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta cut to my own face for this line. This is gonna hit hard.
I need to cut to my face for emphasis. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
Also shown to be deliberate, methodical. The soldiers stationed in Gorman's Plaza are young, untrained, and trigger-happy by design.
They look like children.
What? Bombs!
The Empire wants them to fire. Inexperience breeds fear, and fear is easy to use and manipulate.
These SWAT guys.
This isn't just intimidation.
So they're undercutting this whole plot point. First of all, the protesters here are being assholes. They're like fucking basically they're doing what some asshole real protesters do, where they go and deliberately try to provoke a response from people with that are armed, which is always stupid to do. And I don't even blame you once you start shoving them or throwing shit at them. They're kind of justified to defend themselves at that point.
Yep.
And then the other thing is these apparently trigger happy guys, and they make a whole point to like have them come in. Oh my gosh, you know, we're gonna get inexperienced guys so that they'll attack the protest. They don't even do that. They have an Imperial guy have to shoot one of the protesters, then the protesters actually start attacking them first. So it didn't even matter that these were inexperienced troops. Obviously, any troop was going to defend themselves. So it's just another plot line that just goes nowhere in this show. They do this whole setup for no payoff.
Yeah, and as we all know, the best Star Wars stories have tons of setup with no payoff, like Last Jedi. Anyway.
It's a powder keg engineered to explode.
Hang on, Jacob asks, is Star Wars going to have an ice allegory? I don't know. What do you guys think?
They already did. Earlier in this season, they had the where they were illegal workers on that one planet with all the. They were on like the farm planet, Bix and all of them. And they have him like clearly doing illegal work, doing
Elysian
illegal
Fields.
shit. Yeah. And then they get caught for it and they try to make you act like the Empire. Oh, they have to make the Empire the bad guy by having one of them randomly try to rape Bix so that they can say, look, just to be clear, these are the I know they're just enforcing immigration laws, so we have to make them try to rape them too to make them actually evil.
Yep. Anyway.
Contrast, the Gorman resistance is unraveling. Arguments break out. Some push for peaceful protest, others demand armed retaliation.
Sur ce delt combi fantalesque.
Yeah.
Magnifique bénache bicelle mon poche. Fic up serre force.
Serre force?
Viva le Gorman!
Serre force à ton gain, police. It's a familiar fracture seen across anti-colonial history. The ANC
of course, anti-colonial shit. Here we go.
Armed resistance after the Sharpeville massacre. The IRA breaking with Sinn Féin over its diplomatic path in Ireland. The Empire thrives on this kind of division. Its efficiency feeds on the chaos of the oppressed.
I don't think so. I feel like the Empire kind of benefits from having everyone unified and under its control. Like, I mean, no, Jesse.
The Empire could have just avoided any sort of resistance, so I'm not sure why they want two groups of resistance now.
Yeah.
And Lazine, a member of the resistance, knows it. He sees clearly. Disunity is an imperial strategy. And he calls it out.
Now.
Turns their fragmentation into resolve.
Au soit dial. T'aimes d'abord. Salums. Sin clash. Plus quelque sin compense.
Like, come on. This is straight up French. You can't tell me otherwise. It's like, for fuck's sake, like, just have them speak basic, but with a French accent. We'll accept that at least, for fuck's sake, man.
Mais pourquoi? Parce que c'est le colonialisme.
Merci.
Yeah. I want my baguette. Anyway.
Au soit content. Nashpidumgar.
Oh, here we go with the sappy piano music again.
So that whole speech doesn't resolve the conflict at all. So now we have to get back to arguing because your little flowery language didn't solve anything. I hated this scene because it was just like they're arguing two ideological stances, and this guy's just like, "Hey, catchphrase," and they try to be all dramatic about it as if it solved anything. It's just like, dude, the conflict is still the exact same as before you started speaking. So can you stop interrupting us so we can maybe actually solve a problem?
Yeah.
This is not just a slogan. It's a resistance against the very structure that's designed to splinter them. When the Imperials pull back out of the plaza, it's a trap dressed in the guise of opportunity. The Gorman people flood in, believing just for a moment that they've reclaimed their space.
Retards.
But it's a
yeah, these guys are kind of idiots for not into the obvious trap. Yeah.
And they come in armed and they come in fucking screaming and like being antagonistic. It's like,
no, John, they're mostly peaceful protesters. Yeah.
Them and all their mostly peaceful guns.
Yeah, Lethal Nonsense says Palpatine did nothing wrong. Yeah.
Calculated false flag designed to provoke a crackdown and paint the gore as violent.
Like, literally, did none of these assholes ever think, like, hey, wait a minute, this is kind of false. Hold on, does anyone else smell like does another this smell pretty suspicious, you guys? What the hell?
Yeah, man, because our emotions go over our reason, man. It's all about emotions.
Lethal Nonsense. I don't know where the blue-haired freaks are. They're conspicuously missing from this show. Jacob says Palpatine 2028.
I mean, the guy got shit done. He built more than two super weapons, I guess, in the EU, and then and then he got some great projects done. Brought civilization to a lot of planets. Hey, it's better than Hut space. That's all. So you got slavery and shit all over the place there.
Yeah, like, I think, I mean, come on, the Evokai would kill to live in Imperial space, but anyway, moving on.
agitators.
The continued and inexplicable Gorman resistance to imperial norms. Many people, even some Gormans, have already been asking how long the Empire's patience can.
It's like kind of looks like Anderson Cooper too. Yeah. Anyway,
be tested. And here we are this morning with rumors of a general strike and mass demonstration.
Authorities.
Resistance leader.
Yes, Jacob. That is 4 hours is how long Jessie Gender likes to yap. But we're taking it, piece by piece and whatnot, man.
Carol Ryland sees it but cannot get anyone to listen.
Our people are retarded.
Sua migraine B et Bordeaux.
The manufactured narrative has already been written in blood.
If you play into it. Like, what do you want? We already left the plaza.
But then the Gore begin to sing. But it's not a plea. It's a national anthem written by the fantastic composer Nicholas Brettel, and it's sung hauntingly with echoes of the rebel fanfare behind it, but lyrics laced with identity, cultural pride, and defiance.
Let's just repeat what we've been saying this whole 3 episodes. We are the Gore. It's like, Jesse, the more you repeat something like just so liberally and without any real emphasis, you lose its meaning. You guys want a good example of what I'm talking about? Have any of you guys ever played Final Fantasy 13?
No, just the beginning.
Okay, I don't blame you, John, because after that, it actually gets worse. But anyway, so in that game, the main party constantly bangs on and on the phrase, Pulse Fal'Cie are enemies of Cocoon. Now, barring the fact that the game kind of throws you into the whole thing without properly explaining what the hell Pulse is, what the hell the Fal'Cie are, what the hell Cocoon is, aside from that, once you learn that, they repeat it so much that it kind of just loses its meaning. You know what I'm saying? So you can chant "We're the Gore" as much as you want, but it's like if you just do that over and over, you cheapen its effect. And at that point, it's like, I don't care who the fuck you guys are. You're all a bunch of assholes and you deserve to die.
It's kind of like when Naruto in the early parts of the English dub was just constantly like, believe it, believe it, believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jacob, they should make Andor season 3 to a movie. I don't think that's going to happen. Not even Tony Gilroy wants to do any more of this crap.
That's what they did with Mando season 4. Man, so I saw the ratings for season 3 drop.
I doubt that. Yeah, even then, I doubt they're going to. Since what I know of the ending, it ends pretty conclusively. They just wrapped it up. Anyway.
Okay, what if they finish singing their song?
Come on, Jesse, you're gonna get us claimed.
Where a song melts the hearts of the oppressor.
Oh, this fucking game was so stupid, man. We gotta play this game.
Oh shit, it's Detroit. Yeah.
We gotta play this game and like a whole bunch of other David Cage games on my channel one of these days. David Cage games or something else.
Hey, the acting is wonky, but I actually like the story of Heavy Rain. At least it's got like murder mystery, like some, I don't know. It's got like pretty somewhat basic characters, but it doesn't do anything crazy like this. It's just kind of like a detective novel.
Yeah, then it falls apart at the end. But anyway. Yeah, also Detroit is not the example you want to be pulling from, because the big problem with Detroit is that it's trying to go for like, Jacob says, okay, hot take, it didn't hate Detroit Become Human. Okay, that's fine, Jacob. You can like it. I just think they're silly and stupid. Hey, what up? What the fuck, Dave?
I think most of the writing is so fucking ham-fisted. It's like the androids sit in the back of the bus, guys.
Yeah.
Get it? It's an allegory.
Yeah, and not only that, John, I was about to get to that. Not only that, but they actually try to combine multiple different allegories together to where it actually just kind of is like, what are we aiming for here, Because so the androids sit at the back of the bus, but they're also still the slaves to the fucking like humans. It's like, well, hang on, which one is it? So like they're allowed to ride the bus, but they're not allowed like their own autonomy. It's like there's a reason Jim Crow came after slavery ended. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Jake.
Oh yeah, I kind of agree with them there as far, especially compared to Beyond Two Souls. I'm trying to think of if I like Beyond Two Souls or
Beyond
Heavy
Two
Rain
Souls so
more,
dumb,
or
man.
not
That's
Heavy Rain.
awesome. That before Last of Us Part 2, that was the game that was trying so hard to be Oscar bait.
Oof, yeah, it got some good actors, and Willem Dafoe tried his best in a lot of scenes, but he just had nothing to work with.
Yeah.
And then it
Willem
had
Dafoe is so obviously the bad guy in that game,
well,
man.
I just love that I had that I have the hard copy because it will forever say Ellen Page. And so, but because I got the remaster actually for PS4 when they blended that in Heavy Rain. Yeah, I think Heavy Rain, I always phrase it as like Heavy Rain's like entertaining bad when it's bad. Like it just has really silly characters that'll leap in. It's like the fucking Chinese doctor or whatever who's just like, "Hello, young lady, would you like to be raped?" As soon as you meet him,
yeah, that guy.
Every person that visits his house apparently tries to drug, and then
just
cuts them up with a saw.
Yeah, I know.
From 0 to 100, it's awesome.
Yeah, John, you ever played Fahrenheit? That game's really fucking hilarious.
Oh, is that his like PS2 one?
It was like PS2 or PC, one of the two. Yeah,
and it's called like Indigo Prophecy or something. Also,
yeah, it's called that in Europe, but they called it Fahrenheit over here in America because they were afraid Americans wouldn't know what Indigo Prophecy means.
I just love, the fucking I played that, and I remember I fucking failed at the quick time event and got like a terrible ending. It was like the apocalypse. I barely remember the story of that game at all. It was like, didn't you have like a ghost buddy or something in that too, or maybe just like powers or something?
No, but you did have supernatural powers. It was so dumb. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was like a whole like because it was like the apocalypse was coming, and you got with like a resistance group or something.
Yeah, a bunch of immortal hobos who are trying to fight an immortal like Aztec or Mayan priest, and they're also trying to fight fucking AIs. Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Detroit was like the annoying Oscar bait, well, and beyond. So it was like David Cage made like a really entertaining bad movie, and then he was just like, "Oh, I'm to be taken seriously," and the other ones were just like way more boring as a result. Like Heavy Rain was just like it had like multiple just completely insane scenes that were hilarious. All the way from the beginning, whenever it was like Sean, Jason. The voice acting is amazing because it's a bunch of French actors trying to speak English.
Yeah,
they get everything wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, Jacob says Beyond Two Souls was boring. Fair enough.
Yeah,
it's long. And what also doesn't help is that like it's told out of order, so it's really hard to figure out what's going on because you're jumping all over the place. Hey, it's Lore Master Chris. Imagine this Jessie dude seeing the big twist at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah, pretty much. Jacob says they should have made his character say they're a firefight. Wait.
Oh, he's referencing Boondock Saints with Willem Dafoe's character. Should have been like, there was a firefight.
Yeah. Lord Master Chris says starring Elliot Page, pre-transition. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Jacob
Page,
says,
that's what I said.
Honestly, a Heavy Rain movie could be good. Yeah, maybe if you just cut out all the bits that were obviously like just cut out all the David Cage-isms. Yeah.
I disagree. Have all the insane characters. It would make for a way more entertaining movie. I want to see the Chinese rape doctor go up against the black construction worker guy that tries to kill the detective as soon as he shows up.
Yeah, John, that reminds me. John, in Fahrenheit, there's an Asian guy, but he's like this fucking stereotype. It's like, oh, hello, good sir. Welcome to my bookshop. Would you like to buy my book? Oh, you want to know about this book? Oh, yes, I shall go see if I have this book. And then, I don't know, some shit happens. It's like, all right, here you go. And the Tyler, the guy who plays, is like, what the fuck? You speak normal this whole time? It's like, yeah, I only do that to fucking like fuck with people or whatever the hell.
They can make a fighting game off of David Cage's characters. He like the Asian dude from Heavy Rain throws roofies at you, and then like fucking Norman Jaden FBI has like his whole VR thing going on, and he's like making swords and shit with it.
Yeah. Sounds like Dong Dong Never Die, but that's a story for another day. What the fuck Dave says, they know they're not good writers, they just don't want to work real jobs, and there is a slavery and Holocaust fetish in media, so we always see it. Yeah, pretty much what the fuck Dave. Hey, what's up, SWA? Jacob says David Cage almost made a Star Wars game. Yeah, I think he's still making it. It's just in development hell because apparently like he started raping some people or whatever the hell. I don't know.
It suffered a minor delay whenever that happened. Like, oh man, he's gonna go to jail. We gotta delay it till he gets out.
Yeah. Loremaster Chris says BioShock Infinite also felt like an Oscar bait game. You know, yeah, kind of, yeah.
There's
it's like,
always
whoa, it's
a
like
lighthouse. There's always a girl.
There's always a girl, and there's plenty of racism along the way. Anyway, Jacob says cast Pedro Pascal as Ethan Mars. Jacob says, wasn't the Asian guy in Heavy Rain a doctor? Yeah, he was. He was like, yeah. SWA says Star Wars Eclipse is coming, guys, any day now. It's coming
same
any
day
day.
as that remake of Knights of the Old Republic, you know.
Any day now. That one I do want to see come out just because I'm morbidly curious if they fuck anything up. Anyway.
If they did it like the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, where it's just like a graphical overhaul, they keep the fucking voice lines and all that shit. Like, I've never played Knights of the Old Republic, but I just want to play it like unchanged, but you know, performance improved. That would be great, but I just don't trust them to.
Yeah, anyway.
It's not meant to be sentimental. They don't sing for mercy. They sing.
What the fuck were these two things? Like, what is this from? And who's this bitch from? I've never seen these things. It confuses me.
I don't know, they look like they're from Woke Wars.
Yeah, Jacob says, imagine if James Gunn made a Heavy Rain movie. Yeah.
Oh, he would just throw a bunch of dick. He'd have like Ethan Mars being like, "Hey, oh, my penis is tiny." Whoa.
SWA says Star Wars theory. Even if Revan is a girl, it'll still be dope. Oh my god, yeah. Fucking.
I don't care if Revan, takes it up the butt from the droid from that game. What's the droid who always calls people meatbags and stuff?
HK-47.
Yeah. So I don't care if he takes up the butt from HK-47. I mean, it doesn't change the character at all, you know.
Yeah, it's like you make Legends fans like me feel right at home. Loremaster Chris says Theory is currently pitching a fit because JD Vance called the savior of Star Wars Jon Favreau a dipshit.
Yeah, because Jon Favreau's like, oh, this guy who wrote how much he hates ICE all over everything that he has clearly was aiming for the illegal immigrants.
Yeah. Jacob says he would cast Chris Pratt as Ethan Mars, probably.
Anyway. I mean, Chris Pratt's pretty based.
Yeah.
They don't sing for mercy. They sing for themselves. For survival, for unity.
Yeah, they're singing for themselves. That's why they're doing this in front of the Empire, guys. And they're like hoisting their fists up in the air. Yeah, they're totally singing this for themselves, Jessie. Yeah, anyway.
It's a declaration that we are still here. You can bury us, but you will not silence us.
Okay, so you just said that they're singing it for themselves. Now you're saying it's a declaration. Make up your mind. Jacob says David Corn sweat as Nam and Jaden. Yeah. Melissa Lord says good. Vance for the win. Favreau's become a dipshit. Yes, he has. And hail, Melissa. Jacob says, and Dave Bautista is Scott Shelby.
That'll be a fucking buff Shelby. He's supposed to, I mean, he kind of looks like Shelby more so nowadays, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. A trench coat on him.
Yeah, anyway. Oy. He's gonna have to fatten up a fuck ton. I know he lost a lot of weight because he stopped working out.
They'll give him a fat suit from Austin Powers.
Yeah, anyway.
Why do you have to play so much of this? Oh, Jesus. Yes,
then
yes.
The Empire springs the trap. A sniper kills one of their own young soldiers.
The trap is basically like, that is a transgender cosplay model, and then the Emperor like, oh god damn it, shit.
And
Anyway.
Blackmore's like, I'm too late. I'll see you later.
John, Evan re-uploaded like his own clip of that on his channel, and I commented on there, where was Akbar when I needed him?
I also saw the comments on our argument the other week on Twitter. Did you see Evan? He posted that, and the only reason I figured out about the post was that one of Ant's followers that he like tagged me in it. He's like, "Oh, John Getz, he just isn't even arguing. He just cowers." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm like, I think I typed back like, "Yes, I did. Watch the full stream to see how much he goaded me, so he'll see you setting him up and then us laughing at them afterwards."
Yeah. What the fuck? Dave says JD Vance is the GOAT. Yes, he is. He'll make a fine president himself. Anyway,
soldiers to manufacture the inciting incident. And the massacre that follows is swift, merciless, and meticulous. A systematic wipeout of the Gorman people. It's one of the most difficult to watch sequences in all of Star Wars for how brutally it portrays genocide, not...
Did you guys see that guy fall over? Hang on, look at this shit.
This is my favorite part, because everybody's such shit shots. The stormtroopers can't hit a massive mob of people. Oh, look, he's doing a little dance if you do it right. He's like, I'm stormtrooping. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The other soldiers are just like, hey, get back to your job, Jim. Quit falling over.
Christ, that shit was funny as fuck.
I love this though. Like, they're all standing out in the open on these steps. They can only hit like 2 of them, and then they're firing into a massive crowd, and they can't fucking hit anybody. It's just like either the Gormans should all be dead, or all the stormtroopers should die, depending on who has more firepower. I think it's going to be the stormtroopers have way more. So, yeah.
Lore Master Chris says, "Is that Sniper Tyler Robinson?" Sorry, Lore Master Chris, I don't know who that is.
That's the guy who killed Charlie Kirk.
Oh no! Anyway, Jacob says, "But in reality, here's my casting for a Heavy Rain movie." Okay, guys, here we go. Here's Jacob's fan casting. I want to get what you guys give it out of 10. Jake Gyllenhaal as Ethan, Lily Collins as Madison Page, Aaron Taylor Johnson as Jaden, and Brendan Fraser as Shelby. John, since you've played Heavy Rain, what do you think of that?
I don't know Lily Collins, but the other ones are pretty spot on.
Let me look that up real quick. Hang on.
I would cast just because I know gosh, now I got to look at the character's name again. Madison. I know Madison has like a nude scene right at the beginning, so obviously I'll cast Sydney Sweeney.
So she was in the BBC sitcom Growing Pains. She was in The Blind Side. Oh no. She was in the horror film Priest. She was in the thriller film Abduction. She was in the fantasy films Mirror Mirror and The Mortal Instruments City of Bones.
Yeah, she looks accurate. I'm seeing her in like some similar outfits as Madison. I just Googled and I could see it.
Yeah.
I think she's the daughter in The Blind Side. She doesn't look that old now, and that movie was like over a decade ago.
Yeah.
Not as chaos, but as cold, calculated, state-sanctioned policy.
Yeah. It's real cold and calculated, which is why the stormtroopers can't hit a damn thing.
And it's also not state-sanctioned policy. That's why they had to do it in secret.
Yeah.
And, like, set it up as like a false narrative that the Gormans fired first by shooting one of their own.
Yeah, Melissa asks, who is she in Growing Pains? I'm looking it up right now. She was, I don't know, she was 2.5 years old when she was on that show. I don't know.
Don't you recognize her?
Sorry, Melissa, I don't know who. I just know she was 2.5 when she was on that show. Anyway.
Oh, Jesus, you're going to show the whole scene?
Come on, Jessie. You're going to get us claimed.
Yeah, Jessie, at this point, you are stealing content.
Yeah.
This is Farmer 1. We are under siege. We're being slaughtered. The imperial murder of Gorman has begun. There are hundreds of bodies this moment. As I say these words, hundreds of murders.
This is what I mean. This is supposed to be a whole planet. And apparently the entire planet's population was in this square.
Yeah,
Like,
apparently.
what the hell? It's also like you had a $300 million budget. You couldn't have like had a couple cutaways to like other cities or something. Like, oh my gosh, this is why this plan makes no sense. You can't kill everybody on a planet at one riot.
I mean, couldn't you fucking fucking hell, at least call up the Emperor of Mankind and see if you can get a clearance to do Exterminatus, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I've only played one Warhammer game, so no, I don't. But
What Warhammer game did you play?
Space Marine 2.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother wanted to play some co-op, so I was like, I'll jump in here. It's only been a 40-year series or whatever. I'm sure I'll catch up fine.
Yeah, like this spot's as good as any to start out in, yeah. Anyway.
Plaza. Thousands more on the streets, more every minute. We're being destroyed. This is Gorman reaching for any open channel.
Lethal Nonsense coming in with a hot take. Space Marine 2 is mid.
I mean, I don't think it was some masterpiece or anything, quite frankly. I thought it was a fun game. It's fun in co-op, and it was very brutal. So
John?
I'm not super attached to it, so you can't really get me mad by saying it's trash.
Lethal Nonsense says, just kidding, but my friend thinks so. He made a 2-hour vid titled that. Jesus.
I mean, if it got a bunch of lore or something wrong, I guess.
If you like strategy games.
I'm not particularly into them. Like I played Rome Total War back in the day and Age of Empires, but I haven't been into them recently too much.
Yeah. Anyway,
If you ever want to jump back in
Warhammer Total War. You muted yourself, Solar, but
but John, Warhammer Total War is like Warhammer Fantasy, not Warhammer 40K.
Oh.
But yeah. I was talking about Dawn of War.
Yeah, Dawn of War, yeah. That is 40K, anyway.
Hear me. If you can hear me. If you believe in truth. If you have any faith left in truth, please mark this message and pass it forward. This is murder! The Empire built this fire.
Murder.
They made this fire and led us to the slaughter. Now they expect us to die without knowing why. The conspiracy we feared is real. It's here today. Imperial
Jessie, come on, you're gonna get us claimed. Jacob says, I bet you Jessie screamed fascism when waking up. Yeah, pretty much.
Is there no one who can help us? Is there no one?
I need a hero. The hero's gonna save me just in time.
The real-world parallels are impossible to ignore. Tiananmen Square, Bloody Sunday.
How the hell is this Tiananmen Square? What the hell, Jessie? I mean, come on.
Where's the tanks that the guy stood in front of? Come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, Jessie, I don't think your overlords at Disney are gonna like you comparing shit to China, because as we all know, Disney really wants that China cha-ching. You know what I'm saying?
我喜欢中国.
Yeah.
Bloody Sunday, the Arm.
Okay, hang on.
Star Massacre.
Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with Bloody Sunday or whatever this is, because and even then, are you telling me that the bad guys in these conflicts were fascist too? I don't think they were. Yes, Jacob, the left really do want a revolution, because as Andor told us, the revolution starts now. Anyway,
numerous others. Even the King David hotel bombing is echoed when the Gorman bellhop sets off an explosion in a hotel. A comparison Tony Gilroy.
Just because they're hotels?
Yeah. So because there's a hotel and there was an explosion in it. Yeah, that's totally what they're referencing. It's like, you're really making us. I am willing to bet good fucking money that none of these massacres or whatever the hell have anything to do with Andor, and Jessie Gender just really wants to make this look deeper than it is, so he's stretching for shit, man. Oh my god. Melissa says Jessie loves that communism, but in a real revolution, she'd be one of the first to go. Yeah, he would, but yes, Melissa, you would. They got rid of the sycophants first. Yeah, pretty much.
Acknowledged in Deadline.
This is the Russian Revolution. This is the Montagnard. This is something interesting that happened in the Haitian Revolution.
Shut the fuck
this
up,
is the
asshole.
ANC. Oh, this is the Irgun building, Palestine. This is the Continental Congress. This goes all the way.
Yeah, whatever you
I mean, you could
say.
drop a needle in the last, I don't know what is
I'm
recorded
so
history,
bored, I'm
3,000
putting
years,
on music
legitimate
here.
recorded. I mean, slavery, oppression, colonialism, bad behavior, betrayal,
he said
heroism.
it,
I mean, it's a
colonialism.
continuum.
But the Perro also mentioned by Gilroy in that interview that demands our full attention, especially now.
If
is
they really
Palestine.
wanted it to be like fucking,
From the start of the season.
Oh boy. If they really wanted it to be like colonialism, they would have the Empire leave and Gorman turn into a shithole after they left.
Yeah. Melissa says that. Oh, hang on. Jacob says, "Does a character in Andor say from the river to the sea?" Nope. Jacob, surprisingly, they lost. I guess in the world of Star Wars, where boat travel isn't really all that important, you can just fly from ships. And I guess there's really no need to say that. You know what I'm saying? Hang on, ask in chat something. All right, there we go. Moving on.
And the show signals this. Dedra Miro insists that to control Gorman, the Empire will need
Gorman rebels you can depend on to do the wrong thing.
It's a chilling echo of his admission that Israel propped up groups like Hamas to try to fracture Palestinian unity.
Prop them up. They killed like 1,500 people in a day.
Yeah.
You see, the Israelis made them kill all those Jews just so they could make them seem competent.
Yeah. Did you just imagine fucking like Netanyahu going there like, "Hi, shalom, fellow Jew. I need you guys to go over there just so I can kill you and make myself look really awesome. Yeah, thank you. And here's a free bagel for you. Yeah." Like that didn't happen. This is fake news, Jesse. This is highly unrealistic. No. Melissa says George said the alliance is a parallel to the American Revolution from 1776, not communism. Yes, as the late great Star Wars Marvel purist said, that's what George based it on, not the fucking Viet Cong or whatever the fuck.
In groups like
Just to
the
be clear,
PLO.
Purist isn't
This
dead. He just got
manipulation.
kicked off of YouTube in case anybody's listening to this.
Yeah. Lethal nonsense. Fake news Cogtarn's so fucking stupid. We need to cover it. We thankfully cover him whenever he's on riffing on reactions, so keep an eye out for that, because chances are he's going to be in that. Yes, like... Yeah.
It's like, I got Filoni over here and Favreau over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna split for a minute. I gotta throw some shit out and grab a drink here.
All right, see you, John. Jacob says fake news Kyle Guitar want to interview Pedro Pascal when the Manda movie comes out. Oh God, he's gonna be Solar on a scale of 1 to 10. How cringe do you think he's gonna be?
It's over 9,000.
Yeah. Lethal nonsense. Fake news Cogtar is desperate for any crumb Disney will toss. Yeah, I remember when he got like a fucking poncho or whatever the hell for Skeleton Crew. He was dancing on Twitter like this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Kyle? Anyway.
Form of manufactured consent, leveraging internal divisions to justify larger acts of state violence. The Gormans are continually framed as terrorists, their resistance called inexplicable, their deaths rebranded as security.
There's been no statement.
I mean, when they try to storm the damn thing like they did, it's like the Empire's kind of in their right to take action against them, you know? So they kind of had it coming. They brought their own death on themselves, you know? Anyway, couldn't be me.
Claim of credit from any local terrorist groups.
Hang on. Jacob says, I bet you Carly King will get to interview Pedro Pascal. Oh, probably. We're gonna have company. Anyway.
The KX units used in the Gorman massacre are terrifying, not just for their brute strength, but because they reflect the cold, impersonal violence of real-world militarized machines like drones and automated turrets that are used against
Jesse, the robot that the KX guys are a bit different than military strike drones, you know? Yes, Jacob, she does. She got that AOC teeth, yeah. Anyway.
Civilians in places like Palestine by the IDF, or in America by our own police force. They embody the logic of occupation, unfeeling, unaccountable, and built to crush resistance without ever seeing.
Yeah, built to crush resistance, like throwing them like fucking footballs. Yeah, totally. Like Solar, do you see this? This is the best Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back. That droid threw her like a goddamn football. Aren't you impressed? Of course you're fucking not, because it's stupid as
Squirrel
hell.
Man.
Yeah, anyway.
Who they kill as human beings. Imperial news broadcasts show ruined neighborhoods and call it justice, just as Western media has long painted Palestinians as inherently violent, erasing the context of occupation and American-backed apartheid and violence.
If Hamas laid down its weapons tomorrow,
Oh God, it's Mitch McConnell.
there would be no more fighting. If Israel laid down their weapons, there'd be no more Israel.
The checkpoints, blockades, bombed out streets, and propaganda painting the victims as subhuman all mirror the tactics of Israeli military control. The language
You heard it here first, folks. The empire is Israel, according to Jessie Gender now.
Fucking Jews.
Oh my God. Fucking Christ. This is your fucking brain on fucking leftism, folks. Lethal Nonsense says, this sounds anti-Semitic. Yeah. ADL, get on this, man. I don't know who ADL is, but yeah. Jacob says, Jesse's a Hassan Piker fan. Solar, what do you think? Is Jessie Gender a Hassan Piker fan? Probably. I'm just going to say yes for Solar. He seems a little quiet now. Melissa says, Jesse's anti-Semitic? Oh, apparently. Yes, Lethal Nonsense Hassan's a retard. Yes, he is. Anyway.
familiar too. Gormans are resistant to imperial norms.
The continued and inexplicable Gorman resistance to imperial norms. Many people, even some Gormans, have already been asking.
No, Jesse, this fucking Discount Anderson Cooper here said imperial norms, not imperialist norms. There's a bit of a difference there, okay?
How long the Empire's patience can be tested, and here we are this morning with rumors of a...
Hang on, Lethal Nonsense says he's speaking for... He is for speaking out against Israel. Well, yeah, I know, Sam Piker's a dumbass.
general strike.
A line pulled straight from the Islamophobic playbook that casts Palestinians as uncivilized, undeserving of land, safety, sympathy, or life.
I'm not going to cry a fucking river when
Does
people who have
Asmund Gold have
genocide
to
that's
do with
baked into
this?
their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a They're terrible people. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values.
Hang on. Okay, sorry, Melissa. Palestine's a fake country. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
Stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways.
Okay, Asmund, you're pretty based, but you're not based here. I'm sorry. Israel's a country full of badasses, and I'm gonna side with the badasses over the fucking weaklings every time. Just plain and simple. I'm sorry, Asmund. I'm sorry. I know, Asmund, I know you look like Jesus, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to side with Israel on this. Jacob, they're calling Asmongold a Nazi. I mean, they'll call everyone a Nazi, so yeah.
Oh boy, I came back to something so fun.
Yeah, anyway.
In all
John, Nazi.
Lethal Nonsense. Palestine's a fake country. Yeah, Jessie Gender apparently just made an equivalency that the Empire are Israel now, apparently, and the Gormans are the Palestinians. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, fun. 7 out of 10. Yeah. Anyway.
Always.
Strip them of their humanity, say that they aren't civilized, and genocide becomes not just palatable, it becomes policy.
That's true. The other way that you would dehumanize someone and like make it okay to attack them is to call them like all Gestapo or fascist or Nazis and stuff, and say that they're like they're taking away democracy or something, or that like democracy's on the line. Like that would be another great way, Jesse, to justify violence against a group of people, right?
Right?
Oh, and they're all hateful, bigoted, phobic, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, pretty much. Lethal Nonsense says, I thought Asmingal was talking about Palestine. Lol, sounds more like he's describing them. Yeah, apparently.
About Gorman long ago. As the threat grew, did we not mark the arrival?
What fucking species was that guy? That guy looked butt fucking ugly.
Maybe it's Maz Kanata's younger cousin.
Yeah, Melissa Lord says, because they aren't civilized, they're still living in the 7th century. Their culture is inferior to the USA. Yeah, you gotta keep up with the Joneses. It's like if Palestine were a fucking civilization and Sid Meier's civilization, they'd be the weakest. Let's be real here. Anyway.
You can't say that any culture is better than any way. Ethiopians eating flies and shit on their bread is totally the equivalent of Italian cuisine. I don't know why you guys are so racist.
Jacob says they probably
Do not
smell
redeem the card,
bad.
sir.
What do you say, Solar?
Do not redeem the card. My culture is also paid to yours because
Yeah. Emoji Man Productions. How you doing, you beautiful son of a bitch? Says fuck Islam. I mean, there's some badass Muslims out there, but by and large, yeah, fuck Islam. Just don't fuck the ones that are actually badass. Lethal Nonsense says, God damn, this stream is so based. Yeah. Anyway.
Provocation.
Imperial senators don't
This is
mourn
really
the
hot
Gorman
Persian
dead. They
chicks,
mourn.
so, fuck them for sure.
Yeah, well, fuck them, but in a different way, yeah.
Imperial casualties, the ones that caused the violence.
Oh my god, this guy, oh Jesus H.
It's
Christ,
a
that's
fat white man.
Yeah, that's Jacob Suggs in a few years from now.
He's like, Disney Star Wars is the only Star Wars. Destroy the rest.
Yeah.
I am crying.
Yeah.
We shall submit a list of our fallen Imperial patriots, martyrs who gave.
What the fuck is this thing? Like, oh, I swear to God, seriously. So, but the Disney Star Wars is really bad at coming up with its own alien races. All of them are butt ugly, man.
It looks like an AI generation. It's like somebody just typed into a prompt. They're like, give me a cat goatee creature in the Star Wars Imperial Senate. And then it just like it looks like CG, but like very separate CG. It's not like blended into the scene.
Yeah. Jacob says there's obesity in Star Wars. Yeah. Jacob says it's a furry. Yeah. Anyway.
Everything on the brutal streets of Gorman.
We too lost a citizen yesterday on the Gorman Plaza. We too are grieving and wondering what more we might.
Also, here's your daily reminder that Andor broke continuity because Tony Gilroy doesn't give a fuck because this segment right here breaks continuity with Rebels.
Oh yeah.
Stop this insurrection. I say, what will you tell your people when it is one of your citizens who have been slaughtered?
It's a mirror of every Western media cycle following an Israeli bombing campaign, where Palestinian children are buried under rubble.
But they actually did kill people, so.
Yeah.
Like, are you denying these deaths at all, Jesse? Or?
While the world fixates on Israel's right to defend itself and the heroic actions of the IDF.
Hell yeah.
It's an act of sheer evil.
Oh, who cares? Oh, Joe Biden isn't in office anymore. Who cares what he says?
More than 1,000 civilians.
Yeah, he's Joe Biden. Like, I mean, look at this.
Sleepy Joe, there he is. He had the auto pen. He didn't do anything himself. He was,
he
was a complete shit show.
You can even see him reading off the teleprompter in this. He's looking right down at it. Yeah.
Every single thing he touched turned to shit, as I always say.
Yeah. He was the anti-King Midas. Everything he touched turned to crap. Yeah. Anyway,
King my ass.
Also, what the hell is this 3D filter Jessie Gender fucking puts over like live action footage? What the hell?
It's kind of like what you see in sci-fi films whenever they're like showing the news footage leading to the evil future or whatever. Like the AI starts taking over or whatnot.
Yeah.
They need like Obama to say something. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it kind of reminds me of those sort of like quick clips at the beginning of some futuristic movie.
Right. Jacob says Sleepy Joe also had the auto comb.
Oh
What?
God, I think he's trying to say auto cum without YouTube censoring.
Vegetable Brandon, Dem stole the election
Hey,
2020. Yes,
this
they
is
did, Brandon.
appropriate. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Anyway.
Slaughtered. Not just killed, slaughtered in Israel. Among them, at least 14 American citizens killed. We must be crystal clear. We stand with Israel.
Okay, well, actually, Sleepy Joe actually did something really based. Actually, said something based for once. But
Also,
anyway, it's
like a lot of this stuff was probably said on like October 8th, 2023 or something, when obviously you gotta throw your full support behind Israel. Like I'm not like a sycophant for Israel that's not gonna criticize them at all. They've done some like crazy bombing shit and everything. They've caused some unnecessary deaths, but a reminder that Hamas could end the war at any time by returning their hostages. So, Jessie doesn't seem to think that Hamas has any power in this scenario whatsoever when they're literally the
Yeah.
governing body and the instigators of it.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, it's also something about the way like fucking Joe Biden here is speaking. It's like he's speaking with like these intense pauses, but he's not. He's trying to like fire off the neurons
The
in his
little
brain.
loading circle starts going on his forehead. It's like
Buffering, yeah.
you just hear
His brain's on dial up. Jacob says, imagine if Mark Hamill's elected as president. Oh no. Luke Soy Walker for president. Oh no.
Except he will never win because during some debate he'll try and work in his lamest line ever when he's like, "Go force yourself," and everybody in every swing state will just be like, "Oh, I'm not voting
Yeah.
for that guy. He's too lame."
Yeah. Lethal Nonsense says Brandon was definitely hopped up on stimulants for the end of his presidency. Yeah.
Hey, he was happy as a I don't know, as a pig in shit whenever Trump was elected. He had his little meeting with him. He was like, looked like the fucking Flanders in the Treehouse of Horror whenever he's got the hooks in their mouth.
Yeah, he was so happy he crapped himself at one time. Yeah.
You see Trump just next to him like, what
What the hell's that smell?
Yeah. Jacob says Mark Hamill would come to the debate drunk. Yeah.
His pants fall down. He was the first presidential candidate to have his pants fall down on stage.
We need holiday special cocaine Mark Hamill back.
Oh, and he
He'll
was trying to
chill
fuck
the
a Wookiee. He's like, hey, give me that smile, toots. Come on,
Yeah.
smile at me, Mala.
Oh my god.
Chewbacca sees that footage. He's like, what the fuck, Luke?
Yeah. That's my wife. Yeah.
He beats the shit out of. They need like a Family Guy skit on that or something. It's just like when Stewie beat the shit out of Brian, only it's just Chewbacca with Luke Skywalker. He's like, my wife told me about what you said to her over the phone.
Yeah. Anyway.
We stand with Israel. We will make sure Israel has what it needs to take care of its citizens.
Who has what it needs? You muttered there,
Hang
buddy.
on. Jacob says people would laugh at him, and Mark is like, why is everyone laughing? Yeah.
Nazis, all of you.
Yeah.
Respond to this attack.
Even in the Gore anthem, where we hear phrases like rings with echoes of "from the river to the sea." It's a cry not for
my God!
People who say that, by the way, that phrase means you want every
Fuck
Jew
this.
in Israel to die, by the way. That's the
Yeah.
only way to get them out from the river to the sea. So
Oh my God.
nice of you to make it clear.
Also, Jesse, I'm sorry, but a river and a sea don't have much in common as to a river and a highland. Okay.
Well, no, if you name any sort of landmark at all, that means you're just like Palestine. Like whenever in the whenever that one song for America, they're like Purple Mountains Majesty and all that, they're actually referencing Palestine in that song written in like the 1800s.
my god. Hail Jordan. How you doing, you beautiful son of a bitch? Yes, Jacob, we have confirmation. Jesse's anti-Jewish, yeah.
Dominance, but for liberation, for land.
Yeah, that's what they always say to like sort of like excuse themselves. Yeah.
And for survival against an empire built to erase them and try to take not just their resources, but their culture, their humanity. Similarly, the Empire's presence on Gorman is about extraction, stealing resources and displacing the native population. Like Israel, the Empire couches genocide in vague allusions to relocation.
800,000 Gormans. Relocation would be ideal, but we need to plan for alternatives, all of which will require preparation.
A hollow pretense used to mask the violence of systematic annihilation.
Well, I think they should get a good, fresh, beautiful piece of land, and we get some people to put up the money to build it and make it nice and make it habitable and enjoyable and make it a home.
They don't want to leave, though. Palestinians say they don't want to leave.
I don't know how they could want to stay. It's a demolition site. It's a pure demolition site. If we could find the right piece of land or numerous pieces of land and build them some really nice places with plenty of money in the area, that's for sure. I think that would be a lot better than going.
Whoa, solar left.
We lost solar.
You know, since Israel is the only evil one here, I am sure that there are a lot of Egyptian sites that would love to take them. You know, all these kind and peaceful Muslim people. I'm sure they would all be willing to. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Egypt built 7 walls between them and Palestine, which they did, by the way, in 2005, when Israel literally gave them the land and removed all the Jewish people out of it. So, Jesse, your allegory doesn't work, because this would be like if the empire already ruled Gore completely and then said, okay, like 20 years before this massacre, they were like, okay, hey, let's move out and give the Gores all this stuff. And now we want them to move somewhere else again.
Yeah.
It's like the most non-allegory allegory, if that's what they were going for. It's like,
yeah.
Maybe people don't remember 20 years ago. I don't know.
Also, Mr. President's plan here is basically like Patrick in that one SpongeBob episode where he's like, "We should take Palestine and push it somewhere else." Yeah,
this goes to backgrounds too. Trump's a real estate guy. He's like, "Well, they couldn't want to live there. That place is a shithole. Let's move them somewhere nice." And they're like, "Oh, you want to kill them all?" He's like, "Nah, I want to give them a big, beautiful vacation. We'll call it Trump
beautiful
Beach.
vacation homes, and
We'll only charge them $300 a day."
They'll all have beautiful white picket fences. I'll have a lot of pools in their backyards. And I'll have barbecue pits. It'll be 2 stories, 2 beds, 2 baths, and it'll be absolutely wonderful renovations done to the state of Palestine. Anyway,
back to Gaza, which has had just decades and decades of death.
Not to mention how forced relocation is a direct form of ethnic cleansing right from its definition.
Jesse, do you not know what fucking relocation means? It's not killing, it's moving shit.
Jesse, you do know that there were like 20,000 missiles fired into Israel before they started this serious assault? Like, she just acts like, oh, they were just sitting around and all of a sudden everybody decided to slaughter them.
Yeah, it's like everyone was super chill until they were like, you know what? Fuck you, Palestine.
This is like an Avatar if they were like, but that all changed when the Fire Nation attacked. And then they left out like there was actually secretly like the Earth Nation sent an entire army into the Fire Nation and like killed thousands of them.
Yeah.
But they just leave that part out. They're just like, oh no, the Fire Nation attacked first. I don't know.
Yeah, fucking Christ, man.
Reflected not only in Israel's history with events like the Nakba and currently to this day, but also like America's treatment of indigenous tribes, forcing relocation through events like the Trail of Tears. But unlike
Jesse, again, that's not ethnic cleansing. That's just moving a bunch of people. Okay. Now were we entirely justified in doing that? Not 100%, no. But even but we didn't go in. It's like, yeah, let's kill all the damn Indians. We didn't do that. For fuck's sake. Aren't you American? Don't you know the difference between the Trail of Tears and fucking the Holocaust or some shit?
I don't like to identify as American right now.
Christ.
Israel or America's settler colonialism, the Empire doesn't plan to live on Gorman. They make it clear Gorman will be rendered uninhabitable.
The extent of our withdrawal may render the planet unstable.
May.
It's gouge mining.
But that genocide also gets the Empire something else. As Eckhart's Ladder noted in this fantastic...
Oh, fuck Eckhart's Ladder. He's a complete dumbass. Fuck him. The Gorman genocide's awful truth. The metal doesn't matter. I mean, that's the whole reason they were doing it to begin with, so it kind of does matter.
The Empire doesn't want this headache and to make a bunch of rebels, so I'm sure they would be perfectly fine with doing it in a way that doesn't involve slaughtering.
Lethal Nonsense, what Eckhart's Ladder do? Well, he made this video for one, and he did a whole bunch of other crap that we don't have the time to get into. Anyway.
Video that you should all check
I'm
out.
not familiar with
Gorman's
them.
destruction was never just about calcite. Krennic himself admitted that they could synthesize it.
Lethal Nonsense, I'll say this. Eckhart's Ladder's a fence rider. There you go. Anyway.
Synthetic calcite, calcite alternatives, calcite substitute.
Certainly, it was probably faster and easier to take it from the Gore, but in truth, the massacre was...
Also, John, you've seen season 2. Like, what exactly is it about calcite that they need? Like, what is it?
They don't really talk about that too much. I mean, it's in the Death Star construction is why. So the reason that he's under a time limit and he wants the quick and easy route is because he's already way behind schedule on the Death Star. So he's trying to get it quick.
So like it's just like the metal that they're gonna use to make like build the structure in it. Like,
because it's basically, I think it's the only thing that can maybe like take the stress of such a large structure and weight or something being put on it, or I don't know, but it's in space, so that doesn't even make any sense. But
there's already materials in Star Wars that can do that. Just use Beskar.
They needed a plot device to make them have to kill all the Gormans.
Oh my god! It's like you know this really pisses me off because Tony Gilroy did all this fucking research. If you believe the shills, he did all this research into the original EU, and he's all like fucking. Here he is making shit up and literally making a stupider plot. Hang on, let me look up what the hell the Death Star was actually made of. What? Metals. Hang on, let me Google Death Star here.
Okay. Well, you're doing that.
All right.
The other EU shit, the Disney EU shit that I read before I got out of that shit was all about, because before Rogue One came out, they came out with some prequel novel and shit about Krennic and Jin's dad and all that. And it was all about getting the crystals, the Kyber crystals.
Yeah.
And he was all about like, oh, we need them crystals, get them crystals. And it's like, and that was their whole fucking thing. And what he was tricking. So then in this series, they're just like, oh, fuck the crystals. We need this other thing.
Yeah.
It's like contradicting even Disney's own shit that I know.
Trying to find like what it was built out of.
Durasteel.
Durasteel, you think? Yeah, Durasteel would have been a good alternative.
It's a Star Wars material. It ought to do.
Yeah, it ought to do. Yeah.
I think it's used for other starships, so this is just a super big one.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm having trouble looking up the exact material. If someone could let me know, like what metals it was made out of, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. Anyway.
Logistical, it was ideological. It was a demonstration of state power executing a script written to justify genocide as a continual tool of control. Imperial news broadcasts speak of
questions are being asked about how an insurrection of this scale could be mounted without the aid and support of outside rebel assistance.
So
in the days to come.
First of all, that news reporter's right about that, what they're saying there, because there was outside help. That's why Cassian and the Lesbians were there, which sounds like a sitcom. Caspian and the Lesbians.
It's like Three's Company almost.
It shows him like folding his arms, and then there's like the two lesbians. They're folding their arms the other way, and they're like, as they're doing the promo. But then what I got was quadanium steel. Was what the Death Star was made of, along with Durasteel. Yeah, that's the main result that I got.
All right. So and it's from the EU or Legends, as they put it, right? Not Disney.
That I don't know. This is coming from Wikipedia, so they may have edited it to match up with Disney
All right.
lore.
Well, all right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna run with that. But yeah, again, Tony Gilroy, he did all this research in Star Wars, but he still had to make up his own crap. Like, yeah, totally. Okay. Moving on.
As the Imperial martyrs of Gorman are mourned, we're sure to learn a great deal more about what happened here.
This is a really like Narmy crying face, I must say. It's like
bad actress, no tears. She's trying to do like what the shills do whenever
fake,
they're trying to
yeah, it's fake crier, yeah.
And then they pull one of these. They're like, as if they have a tear, but they don't, and they're like wiping it.
Yeah, pretty much. Moving on.
Today, and
it's like Jacob Suggs whenever the trailer is 1 second in.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, let me just put on this trailer.
No, John, that's Eric Butts.
For Eric Butts, you're right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Safety.
The massacre becomes propaganda, a manufactured crisis to solidify the Empire's narrative of perpetual threat, create an enemy within, strip away civil liberties, and justify further state violence under the guise of protection. See? The Death Star.
26
and
steps to
Palpatine
get to
and
where
the Empire.
one could have gotten.
Yeah.
They even could have just showed the fuck up and been like, oh my gosh, there's like a massive invasion coming. Quick, everybody evacuate. Like if they really wanted to get people out of there quick. Like, it's the dumbest possible plan. It's the most headaches.
The Krennic is a mastermind.
Plan to frame its very existence when it's revealed to the public as necessary for Imperial safety, a preemptive weapon to root out terrorism before it can spread. Its eventual use on Alderaan in A New Hope would likely have been framed as done to destroy a hotbed of insurrection, teeming with stuck-up nobles like the Gormans and led by Senator Bail Organa, a known rebel sympathizer. A planetary genocide repackaged as necessary.
I have to assume, I haven't read a lot of the actual EU in this time period, or any in that time period, but I have to assume that Bail is not as retarded as he is in the Disney Star Wars lore, where he's like, hey, Kenobi, I know we agreed not to talk, but I needed to send you this message because you're not talking like we agreed to, and it worries me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm totally not a rebel. If anybody else is listening to this.
Yeah, although John, there actually is a bit of a continuity error involving Bail and him being on Alderaan when it blew up. So basically prior to that point, he was already established to always be like, hey, no one in the Empire knew he was a rebel sympathizer. Everyone thought he was pro-Empire, right? And he was on Alderaan when it blew up. He died there. Well, then The Force Unleashed comes out, and that's a good game, but it's still open. It still made a contradiction, so I'm gonna have to knock it for that. But it showed the formation of the Rebel Alliance, and of course, he was there. But then, in comes Vader and the Stormtroopers, and they catch everyone red-handed there. But obviously, Bail Organa has to escape, to maintain continuity. But it's like, well, hang on a minute. And I forget what exact year that game takes place, but it definitely takes place before 0 BBY, right? So, like, hang on a minute. How the heck was Bail Organa able to get back on Alderaan when everyone would have known he was a fucking rebel sympathizer? Like, how is he still able to do like his shit as like a fucking as like a pro-Empire guy, basically? Like, how was he able to do that?
I can answer that. Vader, his helmet, it's got a very narrow view and like lenses and stuff, and he just didn't recognize him. He was kind of like, oh, what is that? No, couldn't have been. And then he just went on to keep slaughtering people there.
Yeah.
He was busy. He was fighting a lot of people. He didn't really recognize him, and none of the stormtroopers did, because their helmets all have very narrow viewports as well.
Yeah. I don't know if the EU ever gets up and going again, we got to plug that plot hole. Anyway.
I remember very little about that game. I remember like near the end when Star Killer was like dead and everything, and they pulled the blanket and it had like the Rebel Alliance logo had come from something related to him, right?
Yeah, that's his family crest. Yeah.
Okay, and I remember there was like the gathering of all the rebel, I think it was like Mon Mothma and Bail and all them.
Mon Mothma, Bail, Leia was there, and Garm Bell Iblis. Yeah. Anyway.
security. And those parallels aren't just with Gaza, they're happening right here in America.
Just as the Star Wars...
Where? Literally where? Point out where. Where
Trump
the fuck
said he
are
wanted
they
to
in
have
America?
Greenland. It's the exact same as slaughtering all the Gormans.
Christ on a
I swear to
bike,
God,
man.
if he talks about like Trump talking about like wanting to make Canada the 51st state and trying to make that the same as slaughtering an entire nation or something, like Trump just he literally said that to the Canadian Prime Minister's face, and the guy just said, "No, we're not going to do it." And he's just like, "Yeah, well, maybe." It's like it wasn't like a serious like invasion threat or something. If that's what he's going to imply here.
Yeah. Anyway.
Prequels mirror the Bush-era war on terror.
Oh no, they do not. Shut the fuck up.
They always draw that parallel based on precisely one thing, and that's the fact that if you're not with me, then you're my enemy. And George Bush made a line similar to that. It's like, if you're not with us, you're again. I'm like, that's a super generic phrase. Like, and like, just think about how the fuck does that allegory work otherwise? Like, George Bush did not come to power by making a fake civil war where he controls both sides. And then like he didn't dissolve the fucking Senate or make the Senate powerless. Like it's like there's no parallel other than that line, and they just latch onto it. They're like, "Oh, it's real deep, bro. It's this line." I'm like, "What else?" Oh, that line again.
Yeah, it's always like, "Oh, Star Wars was definitely inspired by Dune." Why? Because it had a desert planet. All right, what else?
Well, there's like a force type thing with the spice. Okay, that's not really the same. It's more of a drug. I don't know. There's spices in both. There's spice as a drug.
Oh yeah. Fucking Christ.
Doesn't come out of worms' buttholes in Star Wars, but
yeah. Fuck.
Where the Bush administration used the rhetoric of national defense to justify the expansion of executive power and a crackdown on civil liberties.
No, he didn't.
Liberties. I know that they did some extra monitoring because of the Patriot Act, which I assume is what he's referring to, but that is hardly the same as like building a fucking Death Star.
It's like, oh no, the government is listening to my phone calls. Well, thank fuck I'm not doing anything illegal then, okay?
They see your incognito tabs. Watch out.
Yeah. Let me see all the porn Backseater has been masturbating to.
To be clear, I'd be fine. I would much rather them not be able to monitor all that shit. I'm all for less government control, but you're like trying to draw a parallel on something that's like not even fucking close. And he did that with congressional approval, like, so he's not dissolving the fucking Senate, like.
Anyway.
Andor reflects the same recurring authoritarian pattern that repackage fear as justification for repression. It highlights how calls for national security are often weaponized to centralize control, a logic echoed today in the Trump administration's own.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love how it's like this has been done for bad purposes before, so now every time it's done, it's for bad purposes. It's like, no, there are legit terrorists, there are legit attacks, there's legit defense. It's like you can't just be forever afraid of defending your country because one time somebody used it as a justification for something bad.
Yeah.
The Trump administration has already begun labeling pro-Palestinian activists, especially immigrants, as anti-Semitic Hamas supporters.
Everybody only the ones that like attack Jewish students on their campus. Yes, they do label them as anti-Semitic because they're attacking Jewish students.
Yeah.
They're anti-Semitic, and that's got to stop immediately.
Activists like Mahmoud Khalil have been detained by ICE, stripped of rights, and Trump himself
Nazi
called Khalil
move coming out against anti-Semitism. Those damn Nazis and their anti-Semitism battles.
Yeah, it's like, the Nazis are too busy killing Jews to like stop like anti-Semitic protests. They're like, damn it, we're the ones who like. There's only room in this world for one anti-Semitic group, and we want to be the ones.
That's why they fought the Russians. They're like, hey, you're killing all the Jews over there. That's our thing.
Yeah,
fight you.
It's probably why Stalin joined up with us. He's like, fuck you, man. I want to kill the Jews in my country.
I will kill all the Germans and the Jews now
Yeah,
for my
that's-
people. The people will
I will
continue
kill all the Germans, and then all the Jews will be for myself.
in
Das
Soviet
Vidania.
in Soviet Russia. Jew kill you.
Yeah. Anyway,
The first arrest of many, promising to deport terrorist sympathizers and boasting that they'll never return again.
If you tell us when you apply, hi, I'm trying to get into the United States on a student visa. I am a big supporter of Hamas, a murderous, barbaric group that kidnaps children, that rapes teenage girls, that takes hostages, that allows them to die in captivity, that returns more bodies than live hostages. If you tell us that you are in favor of a group like this, and if you tell us when you apply for your visa, and by the way, I intend to come to your country as a student and rile up all kinds of anti-Jewish student, anti-Semitic activities. I intend to shut down your universities. If you told us all these things when you applied for a visa, we would deny your visa. I hope we would. If
Hell
you
yeah,
actually
brother.
end up doing that, once you're in this country on such a visa, we will revoke it.
Habeas corpus and due process get quietly suspended. Just for them,
A visa
they
is a
say.
privilege, Jesse. I hope you realize this. It's not like once you get it, you just have immunity from all crime.
Yeah.
You can still have it revoked at any time for reasons such as he just described. I love how he describes like, oh, geez, if you say that you support this super evil group, then we aren't going to like you. And Jesse's like, wow, fascism.
Melissa Lord says, yes, America first, America only, America, fuck yeah. Anyway.
The privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion. So I would say that's an option we're actively looking at.
That logic is never contained.
Omar Abrego Garcia is the face of the struggle to preserve the U.S. Constitution. His wife last saw him on video. This video. She recognized him from his tattoos.
Oh yeah,
He's
That's
among
the guy
dozens
who's
deported to a
his
prison.
tattoos that are related to a gang.
MS-13.
I think it was the one. Oh God. I can't remember the name. It wasn't MS-13, but anyways, it was. Yeah, he's basically like a rapist, wife beater, an illegal immigrant, which is why he was deported. Yes, he'd been living here a while, but he still was never made himself legal. And then he was characterized as a Maryland man, and that was it. That was how the certain news stations would describe him. And then, less biased ones would be like, so the illegal alien criminal gang rapist. He was deported, and that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, thank God. Melissa Lord says, none of this makes me sympathetic. Yeah, you really should be sympathetic to motherfuckers like this guy. Anyway.
In El Salvador,
Tren de
despite the
agua.
U.S. government admitting it was a mistake and the U.S. Supreme Court saying it should facilitate his return.
Trump's team has already said the same tactics will be expanded to U.S. citizens.
We also have homegrown criminals. I'd like to include them in the group of people to get them out of the country. But
this is how fascism works.
Oh, did you see it at the end? That was a fucking clip. They're like, he even said "but" at the end of that. He said,
"But." Hang on, let me go back.
Trump's team has already said the same tactics will be expanded to U.S. citizens.
we also have homegrown criminals. I'd like to include them in the group of people to get them out of the country. But
this.
It fades out right as he says it. He's like, but and what he says there, because I've seen this clip, he says, I'd like to include them, but because they're citizens, they enjoy rights, and they're not here on a privilege.
We fucking caught Jessie Gender. Goddamn, fucking doing some spin doctor bullshit.
And did you hear
Goddamn.
how he phrased that before he introduced the clip? He said, they plan to expand this to U.S. citizens. And then Trump said, I'd like to include this group in with those because they're homegrown terrorists, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like, which means they can just be put in jail instead of deported, to be clear. Like, that would be perfectly fine. If you're doing stochastic terrorism where you're encouraging violence of others, then that would be perfectly fine and legal. He doesn't need to change anything for that. That's just enforcing the existing law.
Oh, for shame, Jesse. For fucking shame. Anyway.
This is how fascism works. Justify violence against the margins, then let that violence metastasize and expand. The trap is always the same.
Enforcement law isn't violence. Attacking officers would be violent.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, Jesse, but we're not gonna let you do whatever you want just because you're a little angry. No, it's not how fucking America works.
Jesse's like, you arrested that man. You're being violent. Now I can shoot your officer. It's like,
Yeah.
excuse me?
No. Anyway.
Policy everywhere. Gorman wasn't just a massacre, it was a message, a performance, a blueprint, and it's a blueprint we've seen before, and it's being written again right now.
Well, if it's a blueprint, then that means it isn't being written anymore, right? Like that means like it's already like, written,
Done
right?
dusted, bro. Yeah, we got our script done. Now we're still writing it. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
is what
isn't a
makes Mon
Marvel movie.
Mothma's
We don't
speech in
write
the
our
next
script as we go.
Yeah.
episode so powerful and so dangerous.
So powerful.
This Chambers,
so
hold on the truth, was finally lost on the Gorman Plaza. What took place yesterday, what happened yesterday on Gorman was unprovoked genocide.
For the first time, someone with political weight called.
Whoa, I didn't know she'd say that. Also, I remember this one guy I fucking pissed off on TikTok. Like this guy was like, I was like, fuck Genevieve O'Reilly. She's a fucking cunt. Like, she fucking betrayed George Lucas by being in this shit show. And this guy got all fucking triggered. He was arguing with me and shit. It was.
Did he start thinking that you were abusing the actor? Because that's normally any time that you say like, fuck this person or like I hated this person in this role, they're like, oh, just be normal. Don't abuse the actor. It's like, who the fuck said anything about abusing?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I just remember that I triggered him good, and it was fucking hilarious.
You were just like, shill.
Yeah. Yes, lethal nonsense. I did. Yeah. Melissa Lord says Jesse big mad lol terminal TDS. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, to the point where he can't even fucking clip his clips right. He had to have it fade out so we heard the butt.
Yeah. But anyway,
the Empire's actions what they are: genocide. She names Palpatine directly, placing blame without euphemism, cutting through the lies the Senate has long used to shield itself.
And the monster screaming the loudest, the monster we've helped create, the monster who will come for us all soon enough, is Emperor Palpatine.
She frames Palpatine as the loudest voice in the Empire's atrocities, even though he never once appears on screen in the show or utters a single word.
Thank fuck, because that means Tony Giora didn't get to fucking ruin him. Holy shit. John, I remember when they were hyping season 2 of this show up, they literally thought they were going to get Ian McDiarmid back for this. Like,
that was the classic revisionist history because, they'll hype it up that way. And then when it doesn't happen, they'll be like, it was so genius to not have Palpatine. Even though I said we needed to have Palpatine before the season started.
It's like he's old. Let the man fucking retire. Fuck.
You can use a CGI model of me.
Yeah. Anyway.
Because that's the genius of his power. Palpatine doesn't have to literally speak. The Empire speaks for him.
Jesse, I'm sorry, but no. Palpatine's power will always be in his mastery of the dark side. Fuck off.
But no, the Force is cringe. We need to get that out of Star Wars.
Yeah. Let's get rid of the thing that helps, fucking Star Wars separate itself from other sci-fi series. Yeah. Lethal Nonsense says, libs love revisioning. Yes, they do. Anyway.
Propaganda, its silence, all of it is his voice, echoed through every senator too scared to dissent, every stormtrooper trained to follow, every citizen.
And also to add on to my point, and not only his Sith mastery and the master of the dark arts, but also cannot forget he's a better mastermind. His mastery of manipulation. Better than Krennic, let's be real, because I'm pretty sure Palpatine would be smart and not, let's make a fake protest and fucking round up all the Gormans that way.
Let's take 4 fucking years to formulate an event so that we can justify taking metal off of a planet.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, dude. No wonder your projects are always so delayed. You pick
Palpatine is just better at playing the long game than Krennic. I'm sorry, it's not even close.
Just think about this. I just thought of this. So this show takes place over like 4 years with this whole plan of Krennic's to get the medal off of Gorman. Palpatine managed to end the entire Republic, start the Clone Wars, and end them in less time. Take over the entire fucking galaxy.
Yeah.
In less time than it took Krennic to formulate a plan on how to get metal off of one planet.
Oh, but Krennic is so smart and shit, man. Oh, anyway.
And this is after the Empire had all the control, so it should have been infinitely easier than whenever it was like a democracy with, power separated and shit.
Yeah, anyway.
Condition to look away.
You can stand to see the Imperial flag reign across the galaxy.
It's not a problem if you don't look up.
Mothma's clarity cuts through the Senate's moral inertia because it mirrors our...
monster. It's great. You can ignore the Empire then, because Port Khalid will get you pleased.
Yeah, anyway.
Our own political rot. In the U.S., Republicans embrace authoritarianism openly, while Democrats...
Really? All right, John, you have anything to say about this?
They just think anytime that you enforce a law, it's like... it's authoritarianism. It's just like, you face more basic immigration laws, you fucking fascist. I also love how I wonder what he's about to say about Democrats here. Let's wait a few seconds more at least.
All right.
Cling to civility, refusing to name fascism even as civil liberties collapse around them. They still believe.
What?
What do you mean they can't name? They literally cry fascism every fucking turn. They did it all during the election, dude.
You're Jesse. I could tell, even if you don't identify as one, I could tell you are one, and you've been doing it this whole fucking video.
Oh my god. And then they're like, oh, they cling to civility. Reminder of who was the first to try to lock up their political opponent with lawfare. Reminder of who got violent first in summer of 2020 for their political cause and who was encouraged by their politicians to be more violent and was told they were justified in their violence. So who's clinging to civility again and who started all the uncivil shit?
We didn't start the fire.
Boy, this has aged really badly too. She's like, oh, they cling to civility after they're fucking dancing on Charlie Kirk's grave after he got shot. There's a million fucking TikTok videos and people going, oh, sure, it's bad that he died, but he really brought it on himself with being hateful and stuff. Oh. So
yeah, they also
badly.
They also say that with purists, where it's like, oh, he fucking deserved to have his channel fucking taken down because fucking fucking shit like he was toxic to Carly King and shit, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hail Evan.
Hello.
Melissa says it's all projection. They are the left, and fascism and communism come from the left. Yeah, pretty much, Melissa.
Looking like an Amish lizard there, Evan, in that new picture.
Oh, yes. I got a gift from my good friends within the Amish community in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Hey,
my
I'm
travels
close to there.
took me over there. I walk by foot. I walk alone. I am a lone lizard.
Yeah.
So catch me up to speed. Remind me again, who is this Jessie Gender here?
Evan, the sooner we get through this, the better. Just don't ask questions. Just jump right in.
Everything is fascism. That's her.
Yes.
That's his character.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her face right now, and the face exclaims to me, if you turn your hat the other way, you are a fascist to me.
Yeah. Anyway.
The rules will save them, not because they're blind to what's happening, but because they're safe.
I keep forgetting how
they
deep
aren't the
voice is.
Yeah, that is a voice made for print right there.
Goodness,
yeah.
ma'am, what a strong chin you have. Goodness, ma'am, what a deep voice you have. It's like the big bad wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Kind of reminds me of the, excuse me, it's ma'am.
It's ma'am. Yeah.
A slightly less obese version of that person. Yes, that is what Jessie looks like.
Now, they benefit from the system, even as it erodes.
I don't even know who this guy is, so...
that's Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom, yeah.
He's the governor of California. He was recently calling everybody fascist, even though Jessie here says that they don't say fascist, but They do. They say it all the time. It's really nasty people.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's why so many viewers of
Evan, you're familiar with Sentinel Comics lore, right?
No, of course.
Would Jesse Gender call Baron Blade a fascist?
Absolutely.
Baron Blade is not that at all. He's pretty laissez-faire. Anyway,
He is just an evil genius who just wants to do his thing.
he's an evil genius who wants to do his thing. He just wants to pull the moon into the earth. Yeah.
What after that?
Then after that, he wants to before he did that, he wanted to drill like straight to the center of the earth. So then he pulled the moon to the floor. Then he wanted to blow up Megalopolis. Then he wanted to create a supervillain army of like everyone else's supervillains to defeat the Freedom Five and take over the world. And then after that, he actually pulled a face turn and he helped Legacy fight off Oblivion. So there you go.
Damn, this dude. Yeah. It's good to have goals.
Yeah, character development.
Yeah.
Well, and he seems very like he likes to keep himself busy. He seems like a hard worker.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
Melissa says American Psycho new scum. Yeah, pretty much. SOA, not my bail, not my bail, not my Bail Organa. Melissa Lord says fake Bail Organa. That is correct, guys. Anyway.
Which is a shame because I actually really like Benjamin Bratt. He honestly deserves to be an original character instead of just a stand-in for Jimmy Smits.
Oh,
he doesn't
no,
even like bother to emulate like how Jimmy Smits talked and shit too.
No,
like, I don't want you to be a caricature of an impression, which is often the answer that I get whenever I'm telling people like, he didn't act at all like Bail Organa. They're like, oh, what do you want? Just an impression? I'm like, no, but if the character is established and you're playing that same role in the same time period that we've seen him, or in between two time periods where he acts the same, you should get the inflections the same, his sort of speech patterns, hand movements. That's called good acting. And he didn't bother to do any of that. He just was like, oh, I got the facial hair right. Good enough.
Yeah.
To be honest, when I first heard that he was joining the show, I thought he was gonna be Andor's father or something.
Maybe he is. We've never been revealed who. Andor was on that tribal planet, who I'm sure Jessie thinks is better than any of the civilized planets. Oh gosh, because that's where him and his sister, the plot line that was dropped.
Yeah.
I don't know if they showed his parents. I don't think they did.
Precisely.
They showed his mom.
That's why
but
I
not his
figured this could be showing a little bit of Andor's family.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the season 3 reveal, even though Andor's like fucking dead from the Rogue One, plot, and Bail Organa is just like before he sends Leia off on the diplomatic mission, he's just like, by the way, Leia, I was the father to Andor.
There is another.
And
He
she's like,
says.
who? And then she's like, oh, he's dead. It doesn't matter. Anyways, moving on. And all the shills will go, oh my god.
Oh. Yeah, it'll literally be like, there is another. Anyway, yes, Melissa, not Jimmy Smits.
There is another. You have a half-brother.
Yeah, SWA says, I didn't mind him as an actor, but he's not Bail. Yeah, he isn't. SWA says, Andor's sister!
Of Star Wars,
Bail is
Andor
Andor's
responded
sister who had a sex change.
Yeah. Moving on
to this moment from Mon Mothma with memes about how much they wish we had senators like her in real life. Leaders willing to risk something real, actually speaking truth to power instead of clinging.
This just demonstrates how he's not a fascist, because people literally shit on him all the time in the Senate. They make Mon Mothma speeches every day. Nothing happens to them because it's not fucking fascism, you paranoid freak. Literally, we had not Cory Booker. What's his face? New Jersey, it might be Cory Booker, New Jersey senator, went on like a fucking filibuster where he spoke for like 36 hours or something, saying how horrible Trump was. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, and he Jesse, the reason we have a ton of senators like this, they say it all the time. They say he's a fascist. They say how evil he is, and they are free to say it because he's not limiting free speech, you idiot. He just lets them
Senator Cory
scream
Booker,
into the void, and they say their shit, and nobody cares.
with his record-breaking 25-hour and 5-minute address on the Senate floor. Oh, and fun fact, before he did that, he dated Ahsoka.
What?
Oh, Rosario Dawson.
Yes, he and
Shit,
Rosario
now I'm
Dawson
kinda
were an
jealous
item
of
at one
him.
point.
Damn, he got to touch them orange titties. Anyways.
Yeah, I was like, what? He did how did and I was like, oh anyway. Yes, that's right. She said the name! Anyway, next.
To their own while surrendering to authoritarians like Trump. We have precious.
Seriously, they always say this about him, but Trump is not an authoritarian, lady. And
I mean, once again, like
guy,
the
fuck
fact
it.
that people can just say people that make worse than Mon Mothma speeches all the time and constantly call him these things and nothing happens to them is proof that your point is invalid, that it's not true. Like it literally happened. Palpatine would not allow you to say all these things, okay?
Yeah. Oh, they. All right, let's keep going.
People like that. I love the Senate storyline in Andor. How it peels back.
Yeah, we can tell. We can tell, bro. You love it a little too much.
You incest. Simplicity and fragility within the political structure. We see it with the Gorman senator's arrest when no one speaks up for him. A year earlier, that senator had some political allies, connections, but the Empire slowly isolated him and his people, cutting away his support until he stood alone and no one wanted to say a damn thing as they came for him.
This is the Senate, General. I have every right to be here. Will no one help me? Gorman is being slaughtered.
What is that
Telling
resistance?
illustration of
He
how
looks
even
like he,
senators
can't walk. He's like, I have cerebral palsy and I'm a rebel. What the fuck is up with that guy?
Yeah, then Palpatine comes on and he's like, he was moving all around and he's like,
oh my god, it's the
I
worst
guarantee
thing Palpatine's
you,
done.
they had that footage of him being arrested on replay in the Death Star.
Yeah.
I see all the stormtroopers just crying around the break room going,
Vader's got a beard with a little straw going into his mask. He's got a beard, a little straw going into his mask, and Tarkin's there next to him. They're like, oh, look, this is where he waves his little arm.
Anyway.
Can be thrown.
Vader's all like, I can't wait to chop off that guy's hand. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wave it around like this. See? Yeah.
To the pyre when it serves imperial interests.
Anyways.
No amount of coattailing or compliance will save them from the grinding gears of the system. Mon Mothma feels that too. Her petitions against the Empire's brutality on Gorman are meaningless. Signatures on paper the Empire never intended to heed.
We're assembling a petition, and I now.
Well, I do agree with this point. Petitions are fucking useless bullshit. Nobody ever listens to them or changes anything based on them. I mean, just look at saving games. Or, oh god, what was that petition called? It was in Europe.
Stop killing games.
Yeah, stop killing games. That got like a gajillion signatures, and nothing has come of it yet. But hopefully something does to stop them from shutting down, internet access, or basically like shutting down games from their from the developer end. But I got like 1 million signatures or something. So yeah, petitions don't solve shit. Everybody always signs petitions for shit.
Yeah, it's just fucking hopium. They just sign petitions to give themselves hopium. Anyway.
It takes more than failed legislation to upset me these days.
She's beginning to see the truth.
The only
that while the Senate is ineffective in the face of
was
what?
The only petition that actually worked, if I remember correctly, was when WWE announced they were doing a Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. People were just learning about how terrible of a human being the Fabulous Moolah was. And they had a whole petition for it, and WWE actually caved when Snickers threatened to pull out over the Battle Royal name.
Really? Snickers was the one that they got like antsy over?
Yep.
They're like, you're not you when you're hungry, but you're also not you when you support horrible people.
Yeah.
So now they changed the Battle Royal name to the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal.
Well, that's only good if they strip each other while they're wrestling. Anyways.
Yeah, anyway.
Palpatine It was never corrupted. It was always built to uphold empire. Season 1 made it clear. Cassian's planet in the first few episodes wasn't colonized by the Empire when he was a child, but by the Republic. Long before Palpatine's rise, the Republic sanctioned commercial mining operations that stripped Kenari of its resources, leaving behind ecological devastation.
Wait, his home planet's name's Kenari? What the hell? Like from Dragon Age? Anyway.
Maybe Tony Gilroy was a big Dragon Age fan.
I don't know. Oh, I'd hate to have that guy make a Dragon Age show. He'd probably make it like all boring and all about like the fucking the fucking lands meet and shit. It's like, the lands meet's an important part of the first game, Tony, but you shouldn't focus on it this much.
Backseater, he would be just like Emmeline, where he'd be like, this terrorism is okay. Which character was that like burnt down a church and she was like,
Anders.
Oh, that was
Anders.
that was kind of bad. Gilroy would be like, actually, he was the good guy for doing that.
Man.
Entire generations of orphan children, all in the service of profit. Andor didn't just indict fascism, it implicates the systems that claim to oppose it, but carry out the same practices under different names.
Yeah.
It all didn't just begin with the Empire. The machinery was already in motion. Cassian didn't become a revolutionary because of one regime. He was born into resistance because the so-called good one destroyed his world. Nor did the Empire emerge out of nowhere, an evil that suddenly twisted a good republic into something monstrous.
Okay,
It
so
simply
everything was shit
consolidated
all
the
the time. All right, good. All right.
Yeah,
Glad you didn't
also-
blackpilled Jesse. All right.
Yeah, fucking Christ.
power that was already there, formalizing the violence, extraction, and control that the Republic had long relied on.
So because they did
The
some
Empire-
mining on a jungle shithole planet, the fucking Republic was evil.
Yeah, they were evil all along, John. It's like fucking like fucking Evans got me in the wrestling nuts. Like it's like, it's me, Kenari. It was me all along, Kenari. Yeah.
See, I was thinking of Reverse Flash. It was me, Barry. It was always me.
It's like everyone bought it. Even everyone in the Senate bought it. Yeah. Anyway. Then Masameta's all like, oh,
Can you-
son of a bitch.
can you
And then
believe-
Slimemore's like, what? Anyway.
Can you actually believe that with how much of a horde state WWE is in right now as a product, people actually want Vince McMahon to come back?
Yes, I can believe it. Yeah. I don't know what's up with H, man. He's losing his business sense. Anyway.
What, Stephanie's not doing a good job, or
Now, here's the thing, and I told Backseater this, so
All
I'll
right,
just
Evan,
say it
Evan,
on-
tell John this. I'll be right back.
I've said it once to Backseater, but I think people liked Triple H better when he was that perceived Messiah figure, because he was doing a good job with the NXT back in 2015, 2016, late 2010s. So people got excited over the prospect of Triple H taking over the company, so the main roster storylines could have that bit of a sharp edge to it. So, of course, when he eventually did take over the main roster while giving NXT to his boy, Shawn Michaels, people got a little too excited. But then the whole TKO thing happened and see how big Triple H was and how much he was involved in the whole process. And people were starting like, oh, God, what have we done?
I'm not as familiar with wrestling, I'll be honest. Damn, I knew that obviously Vince McMahon got thrown out for shitting on people's chests and stuff, but
Yeah, he was essentially kink shamed into retirement.
which everybody already knew he was a freaky guy anyway.
Yeah, I mean, here's the
Hear
thing. People
storylines
were
about,
telling
his
me, oh my God,
daughter.
Evan, how could you be into wrestling if Vince McMahon is such a horrid sexist? I'm like, that was like common knowledge to wrestling fans.
Like,
if you're into WWE, you would know that Vince McMahon is a strange, strange creature.
All the marks know it. Yeah.
I mean, he had
All the
storylines of like his daughter getting sexually abused and shit, right? Like, because she was in a
There
lot of the
was
stories.
actually a perceived storyline that Vince actually pitched to Stephanie when she was pregnant for her first child. That
God.
Vince would be revealed to be the father of the child, and of course, Stephanie was like, "No," and then Vince said, "Okay, how about Shane?"
Yeah.
It was another. Oh yeah, he had like people. He was like crying at the casket of somebody because like they had died or something in the story, or and then
There's actually
they were
there's
revealed
actually
to
a
be alive
backstage
later or something.
there's actually a backstage photo of him just casually chilling inside of a casket. While I can't remember who it was, but they were all taking selfies, and Vince was like hanging back with his arms behind his head inside of a casket, looking all chill.
My favorite is still the Booker T clip when he walks by and he's like, "What's up, my N-word?" He
Keep
didn't
it
say
up,
N-word.
nigga.
Oh god, he's just like, "Tell me he did not just say that."
Yeah. Anyway, moving
I
on.
mean, Vince McMahon is he was like one of the most powerful men in sports entertainment at the time. He could say whatever he wanted.
He is.
That was entertaining. That was
man
I'm
in
sure
the
Booker
world.
T was okay with it. Like,
Yeah. Anyway.
Didn't seize power. It was handed to them brick by brick under the guise of safety with thunderous applause.
I love democracy.
It was all Jar Jar
I love
Binks'
the
incredible
Republic.
diplomatic skills.
Yeah.
The power you give me, I will lay down when this crisis has abated.
The Senate has always been an engine of colonialism and systemic violence.
Oh
just with a more
no, it has
polished veneer.
not.
The Empire.
No, Jesse. This is where your lack of knowledge on Star Wars comes to bite you in the ass. No, it has not.
The Senate is always evil because it's colonialism and stuff.
Hang on. All right. Yeah. Hold on, Mom. Relax.
Uh-oh, Joey's in trouble.
No, she's just bringing me my dinner. It's fine.
Don't eat it out of the pot.
It's on a fucking plate, John. Come on.
Come on,
We're not
backseater.
animals here, backseater.
Don't worry. I am getting the camera ready just in case.
Anyway, moving on.
Or simply dropped the pretense and pushed away any of the mechanisms meant to prevent.
So apparently the Republic was evil all along. Well, what's even the fucking point of Star Wars being good and evil if it's just evil all along?
Well, they're all
Sounds like a
evil
day that ends in Y to me.
Except for the shitty indigenous planets, they're all evil. They have to all be like Cassian's home planet where they live in the jungle and shit. Then they'll be
Let me
good.
guess. Does Jesse Gender think the Jedi were evil the whole time, like the fucking acolyte?
I wonder what Jesse thinks of the Sand People. If he's one of those people that watched fucking Book of Boba Fett and was like, "Oh, it's a good thing we're not calling them Sand People anymore. They're a civilized, they're a good indigenous society," as they take slaves and fucking kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the people they killed were bad people. They're trying to steal their land, didn't you know?
It's like fucking
those
Ant.
slaves.
It's like fucking Ant with Magneto. It's like, oh, Magneto occasionally fights people who are worse than him, so that means he's good.
Yeah. Haven't you ever heard of like, the enemy of my enemy, Ant? It doesn't make your enemy good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, didn't you know Magneto has a massive hate boner for Red Skull?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like his whole defining character, according to Ants, because he said it one time.
Anyway.
I have a massive hate boner for the one known as Red Skull.
He just has a big bulge in his pants in the drawing of that panel. He's like, literally, I hate boner.
Yeah. Anyway.
Consolidation of power. That's the world we're living in right now, too. The United States has a long history of authoritarianism that predates Trump's overtly fascist tendencies.
Oh,
America's
really
founding-
now?
It's just a bunch of political bullshit. She's barely talking about the show at this point. It's just like Republicans are bad, just like the Empire guys and the Republic, apparently.
Apparently, George Washington was a big villain because his wig was white.
He thought white was the superior color. Otherwise, he would have made a black wig.
Yeah.
Which honestly would have looked better. I would agree with him if he said that. But
oh yeah, I mean, I haven't even thought about the Final Powers having black wigs before.
Yeah, they gotta have powdered wigs so they look like judges and shit.
So you look like distinguished gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
don't worry, I'm on it.
And speaking of
Evan,
fucking
can you type any louder.
Yeah, Evan, type as loud as you humanly can. You know what all this shit reminds me of? The guys ever seen fucking Liberty's Kids?
Liberty.
Yes, I know Liberty Kids.
That show, I don't know why, but that show had the most star-studded cast.
It
when
really
it
did.
needed
It
to.
really did. Like Sylvester Stallone
John, hang
versus
on,
Paul
Evan,
Revere.
John, you want to know who was on that show real quick?
Sure.
All right, let me look it up real quick. Hang on.
And I
So
believe
we got
Aaron Carter sang the theme song too.
yeah, as if that doesn't date the Aaron Carter on theme song.
I just
So
remember
we got
Ultimate
Walter.
Showdown was the last time I heard about Aaron Carter.
Yeah,
Like,
we
then
got
Aaron Carter
fucking
came out of the blue.
yeah. So fucking Walter Cronkite as Benjamin Franklin,
He was
Sylvester.
alive?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Sylvester Stallone as Paul Revere.
I just said that.
Ben Stiller as Thomas Jefferson.
I forgot about that.
Billy Crystal as John Adams. Annette Bening as Abigail Adams, Dustin Hoffman as Benedict Arnold, Michael Douglas as Patrick Henry, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Baron von Steuben, Liam Neeson as John Paul Jones, Whoopi Goldberg as Deborah Sampson, Charles Shaughnessy as King George III, Michael York as Richard Howe, Don Francisco as Bernardo de Galvez, and Aaron Carter, not only on the theme song, but as Joseph Plume Martin. I know, right? It's like, where the hell they get these guys?
That is,
Like,
that
how
was
much,
like
PBS, so they
$1
must have
in the cast.
used a lot of public funds.
how much fucking money do they have to shell out to all these guys? Like, goddamn. Anyway,
Wait, who voiced George Washington? Hold on.
I don't remember. Hang on. Should have said right there.
Let's see.
I think he voiced himself.
Who the fuck is Cork Raymer?
I don't have the bloody idea.
Who fucking cares? We waste enough time. Let's keep going.
Is rooted in colonialism, patriarchy, and racial violence. From
Oh, and I found the
slavery, the
reason why
ethnic cleansing of
founding fathers
indigenous
wore
nations.
white wigs.
Why, Evan?
Founding fathers wore white wigs as a prevalent 18th century fashion, status symbol, and solution to practical problems like hair loss from disease or lice, and the wigs were often powdered white to create a sophisticated appearance.
I'm just
So,
waiting
yes,
for
it was just
Asmund
appear
Gold to get a fucking
sophisticated.
powdered wig now because everybody always jokes that he's bald and he's afraid
Yeah.
to cut his hair. He's gonna come in one day on a stream with a fucking powdered wig.
You know
Like,
what? You know what?
"Hello."
I would pay money to see Backseater appear on stream wearing a powdered wig.
Well, we all know
Maybe
he's
as
gotta be
next
for
year's
Halloween
4th
now.
of July special.
Maybe. I don't know,
Oh.
man.
What are you gonna be for Halloween though, Backseater?
I have no idea. I'll
I
figure
know
out
what I'm
my.
gonna be.
Century or a Sentinel Comics character.
I don't know. I don't know.
You
Maybe
could be the hippopotamus.
I can't be the hippo, man. The hippo's got too much of an elaborate costume.
Oh, by
Alright.
the way, Backseater, did you know I threw you under the bus recently?
Oh, what?
One
Well,
of Darth
fuck, John.
one of Darth Melvin's streams. It was either like Darth Disabilitas or that other guy who's like pretending to be George Lucas sometimes. You know, the ones that are always coming after me. They were like, "Oh, did you tell Backseater that you threw him under the bus on Critical Drinker's stream?" Because Critical Drinker had a members only stream where apparently this guy was spying to try to catch me because I gave a super chat. I had my members chat, and I was like, "Oh, I'm the John from your from the EFAP anniversary stream, by the way," that Backseater mentioned. And I was like, "I don't agree." I was basically said what I said to you already, which is like, "I don't agree with his opinion of you, by the way, or Mahler." And he's just like, "Oh, I'm glad you don't think I'm a dingbat and stuff."
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even mention fucking liking Andor or anything because I knew we disagreed on that. But it's just
Yeah.
like, he's like, "Oh, did you tell him that you threw him under the bus?" I'm like, I doubt that he would take offense to that, considering I've told him that to his face that I like Critical Drinker still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway.
Oh man, he's not gonna throw me off the show. Sorry, Darth Disabilitas.
Yeah, sorry, Darth Disabilitas. Yeah. Anyway,
And the control of
we need to clip
You have
that.
to really screw up to get Backseater 3 off the show.
Yeah, we
Before
got.
somebody wins that, you really just have to say,
Yeah.
"Oh, watch the that arrest video I sent you 3,000 times."
Yeah. You also gotta have like a noisy ass background.
and
And,
go
like,
on way more tangents than even I like. I'm going on tangents that are relevant to the video because Jessie Gender keeps bringing up political shit that I have to counter because it's fucking misinformation.
Yeah.
But at least I'm keeping it fucking relevant. I'm not like, oh, human. Did you guys ever see Namor? Because he's a humanoid. I really didn't like Namor in that second Black Panther movie, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, or shit like, like the fucking Lion King remake, that had to have been like the fucking movie that like turned everyone off on Disney remakes and shit, man. And then like he like repeats like the same point like 90 million times. Like, it's so tiring of like having to like fucking it's so tiring that like, all these people. I just want good media. I like Owl House.
I didn't hear that
I'm
one.
so
Wow.
tired of grifters like Andy Pants Gaming and shit,
I didn't even
man.
know Jeremy liked Owl House.
Oh my! Wait, what? Wait, what?
I didn't even
Evan?
know Jeremy liked Owl House.
He does, yeah. It's like that. That was probably the first real red light
flag.
or whatever.
Red flag.
The big warning that like, oh, Jeremy's like pretty sus because like Owl House is like that gay ass crap. It's like
It is the first Disney show to prominently feature a bisexual main character. Yes.
Yeah. And it's like we were watching, John. This was before you and Evan joined. We were watching like fucking like ants like bad gay representation video, and he played a clip from Owl House, and I'm like, Jeremy, I'm sorry, I can't. Like when I look at this, I'm like, this is really fucking cringe. And it was like, oh no, I really promise. This is just the one. This is just the one part of the show where it's like that. The rest of the show is really good. Trust me, bro.
I don't know, Jeremy. That's a very suspect of you.
On one hand, it's ants, so he probably did clip like the worst possible thing, but also it's like, yeah, you don't need that in your show at all, probably.
Yeah. Fucking Christ, man.
We should probably get back to the video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
speaking of tangents.
yeah. Sorry, folks. Anyway.
Brutality faced by Black, queer, and immigrant communities, amongst many others.
Oh my God, we are not living in that day and age anymore. Shut the fuck up.
Pretty sure Jesse wishes we were still living in this time, so he would seem more like a martyr.
Yeah, Jesse Jenner can claim
Victim
oppression
complex.
points.
Yeah, definite want to be martyr. Yeah.
I don't know.
The internment of Japanese Americans during World War II and Americans' ongoing
Done by
complicity in the
FDR,
genocide
liberal, by the way.
of Palestinians. These violences aren't a betrayal of American values in the system. They're what those values were structured to accommodate. Human rights have always been rationed, codified, and compromised, like the ones that counted Black life as 3/5 of a person, measured by proximity to whiteness, to property, to power, baked into the very foundational documents of this country.
Jesse, I don't know what the hell you're on about. Okay.
Dr. Umar would say otherwise.
Yeah, especially.
So he's talking about the 3/5 compromise, which was something they did to appease the southern states because the southern states wanted the Black people to be counted in their census so that they would get more representatives in the House of Representatives. But they also didn't want them to be like actual citizens because they viewed them as property. So they settled on they're 3/5. They count as 3/5 of a person. And so that was like literally in like the fucking 1700s is what he's having to go back to find the example of the systemic oppression today. This reminds me of who was it? I think somebody was referencing like, Charlie Kirk was evil because he didn't like the he didn't like the Civil Rights Act, which gave African Americans the right to vote. And I was like, I think it was AOC, and I was like, hey, dumbass, they were given the right to vote in the 1800s with like I think it was the 15th Amendment. It was like made after slavery was abolished. I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk wasn't around in the 1800s. He's like, 7 years ago. I don't know why I'm holding this because microphones haven't been invented yet. Anyways,
Charlie Kirk is a time traveler confirmed.
Yeah.
They'll start copy pasting him into Civil War photos now.
Yeah. Anyway, here's this bullshit that that we just know Jesse's gonna like fucking misquote. Here we go.
Returns to George Lucas's original insight that fascism doesn't just rise in a vacuum. It emerges from the machinery of empire,
You know, I
capitalism, and
always bring
so-called
this
democratic
up.
institutions.
Hang on, I always bring this up, but like, why do people always just boil Star Wars and just like, oh, it's about the rise of fascism? Like, is the Skywalker family drama just not exist to you people? That's way more important to the story than that.
And the spiritualist part of it that you don't like because it's the Force and all that. They just like to say, oh, Star Wars isn't really about any of the things that I don't like it for, so we should just eliminate all those things. It's like you're eliminating 2/3 of the fucking franchise at that point, and you're saying that you like it. It's like you don't like it. You like what
Not
you
even
want
really
it
the
to be.
franchise, just like the fucking parts of the PT and the OT, really.
Yeah, it's like they just want to. It's the same thing they do with fucking anime all the time, where they're like, "Oh, I'm a big fan, but also I want to eliminate these huge ass swaths of it." It's like the whole debate recently was like, we need to eliminate all fan service from anime because it's a problematic element. And it's like, why? And yet you say you're a big anime fan, and you're just like, "Oh no, get rid of all that shit." And it's just like, well, the whole thing is that like it's very independent creators making their own stories and shit. If they don't want to be pervy, Full Metal Alchemist is very popular, but if they do want to be, One Piece is also extremely popular and pervy. So let them make their own shit. You have to eliminate problematic elements because then the thing that I don't like might get popular and I'll have to pretend that it represents me like Ant does with One Piece.
Melissa says, correct, John, over 200 years ago. Like, what the fuck, Jesse? Africans sold their own people into slavery over 200 years ago also. Yeah, Jesse.
Oh, very true. Very true. Especially the Dahomies. They were slave crazy.
Yeah,
I thought you just said the homies.
No, I said the homies. The homie is my nickname at work.
Oh, nice.
And
it's also the homie, which is short for the Homelander.
And speaking of Africans and stars, George Lucas said that he doesn't like selling Star Wars to Disney, comparing it to that shit.
Oh yeah, the white slavers, yeah.
Anyway, here we go.
Andor forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that the Republic and the Empire aren't opposites. They're part of the same legacy and...
Oh, no, they are not. Shut the fuck up.
What about the New Republic then? Is that just all the same too? Like,
yes. It's just gonna fail again. It's gonna become the First Order all over again.
Because that was led by Mon Mothma, who's your big hero. So it only gets right. So this is basically like it only gets right with Disney Star Wars because it only gets right whenever they take over the story, whenever they reach that point in the story. Everything before that was shit. But also I'm a big fan, but also we need to make it in Star Wars for some reason.
But also I'm a Trekkie. So yeah.
It's like make your own shit if you want something completely different. Quit trying to bastardize what's here.
Yeah.
Cycle. We see this in their shared capitalist and colonial motivations, the exploitation of labor on Narkina 5, the factories forced on Ferrix, and the way for-profit corporations like the security service Karn worked for and the ISB working hand in glove. It echoes the real-world complicity of many capitalist giants, German megacorporations like IG Farben, Siemens, Bayer, and Volkswagen, who all profited immensely from Nazi rule in Germany. These companies used slave labor from concentration camps to slash costs and boost production, feeding directly off the machinery of genocide for economic gain. We see chilling echoes today in how countless corporations profit from forced prison labor in the United States, reflected in...
China's way more guilty of that than us.
It's also a little bit different having an entire Jewish population do labor for you, and like fucking making them your slave labor versus taking prisoners, convicted, felons who are rapists, murderers, all that shit, and having them do work for you. Gary Nerdrotic, Gary Beekler, he did prison work. He said he never disputed it or said like it was some evil thing. He's like, no, I was a shit ass, and I I went to prison for good reason, and I did the labor while I was there so I could get cigarettes and shit. It was like, you got a few bucks and you got to work it off. So miss me with the prison labor being compared to Holocaust labor, Jesse, you fucking false parallel. That's actually fucking evil anti-Semitism shit.
Yeah, Lore Master Chris says, no offense, guys, I can't listen to this freak anymore. Hashtag Vance2028. See you later. All right, see you, Lore Master Chris. Anyway, moving on.
5, an exploitative system that directly descends from American chattel slavery.
Oh, no, it does not.
The same as slavery. What the fuck? You have to commit a crime to use prison labor.
Come on, man.
Do you think just random people are put into prison? Like, what the fuck?
Yes, that's what Jesse Gender thinks. Yes.
It's never the criminal's fault. Criminals are misunderstood and probably oppressed. Oh.
Yeah. Fucking Christ.
Capitalists today enabling or capitulating to American fascism for their own benefit. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. Andor reveals how power consolidates not just through fear, but through profit, and how that profit stream continues uninterrupted regardless of who claims
we
to
get
rule.
it, Jesse.
Many
You
enter
hate
the system
everything that
believing
isn't
in its promise, trying to
communist.
bend it towards justice, and that is a very noble goal, and many good things have come from that. I'm not so cynical as to believe that nothing good has come from people fighting from within the system. Lives have been saved. People have been given chances.
Something good has
Change
come
has
from capitalism, though, or are you so fucking black-pilled that you can't even say that?
Jesse, I'm just imagining black-pilled Jesse Gender. Yeah.
That's pretty much what he is here. He's just like,
Maybe just Jesse in blackface.
Oh, well, then I'd instantly like Jesse Gender. Yeah.
Photoshop this screen cap. Do an airbrush of black. Everything but the eyes and around the mouth.
I'm doing that shit right now. All right.
Jesse Gender is racist.
Yeah. All right.
I knew it.
I knew it. All right.
Just like I identify as a black person today. You're hateful if you don't honor this.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry,
Happened,
Jesse, but it's not February yet.
Yeah. Anyway.
The machine underneath it all still grinds on.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna be working hard on that. So you guys just keep watching the video without me. All right, I'm gonna
do it right now.
I mean, no, I really fucking want to though. That's the thing, John.
It isolates, co-ops, and wears everyone down. Fascism isn't a rupture; it's the original blueprint resurfacing. The old logic reasserting itself in the
mass joke, or Jesse Gender will be like, "This is defamation. I never did blackface," even if it's terrible Photoshop and obviously not real.
Yeah. Anyway,
slips. While these dynamics are expanding under fascist policies, they're built on foundations laid by liberal norms. Authoritarianism rarely emerges fully formed. It grows from the language and logic.
What happened?
I remember this day like yesterday. Second inauguration of Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, buddy.
Biden doesn't remember it.
Yeah. Biden doesn't remember shit.
He's like, wait a minute, I thought I beat this guy.
And I can imagine what was going on in Kamala's head while she was watching the whole thing.
I don't know. She's probably like,
I can't wait to get to that fifth of vodka tonight. Oh boy.
Yeah. She's like, I can't wait to get to that fucking seat, man. It's like, oh, it's gonna be absolutely warm. He's just warming it up for the woman. Know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Already accepted by the mainstream. When President Biden labeled pro-Palestinian protests at Columbia and Yale as anti-Semitic, he was helping construct the political, rhetorical, and cultural scaffolding that a figure like Trump could later use to justify suspending civil rights.
But there is no place on any campus in America, any place in America, for anti-Semitism or hate speech or threats of violence of any kind.
Wow.
Even further back, the nationalistic fervor that
the protests you were talking about, so he didn't mention the protests, so you must be noticing a similarity, huh? Kind of telling on yourself there, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
You just said don't be hateful and don't hate Jews, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he would talk about the protesters like that.
Yeah.
The protesters are probably like, what the fuck? Don't say that.
Yeah.
President Bush wrote in on post 9/11 to instigate the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan was supported by Democrat politicians,
Iran and Iraq,
many of whom
Saudi
echoed the rhetoric
Arabia.
of unity, defense, and patriotism.
Whoa, why is George W. Bush stuck there? What the? Oh, never mind. He's gone now. I was like, what the fuck? Did Jessie Gender's own video glitch on us? What the hell?
John
I will say, if we were to do a Backseat Boys movie night, we need to watch Josh Brolin's W. It is a fantastic look at George W. Bush's legacy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Of mass destruction in the hands of Saddam Hussein pose a real and grave threat to our security.
Saddam is dangerous. The world would be a better place without him. But the reason he poses a growing danger to the United States and its allies is that he possesses chemical and biological weapons, and he is seeking nuclear weapons.
Casting votes for war authorizations that would later be foundational to the decades of both Islamophobia and policies in the Middle East that the United States has continued to.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is the classic. Anytime that you're against any nation that has like a significant amount of Muslims in it, it's Islamophobia. It doesn't matter what, they can just do whatever the fuck they want because if you fight them, it's Islamophobia.
Yep, just about.
Push.
You're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something,
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it.
Right.
It's Batman.
Well, no, it's really.
Batman.
I'm not denying that certain people are bigoted against Muslims as people. And that's a problem.
Bigotry.
But
But why are you so hostile about this? It's gross. It's racist.
It's not. But it's so not.
It's like saying
those
so not
doing
your
the thing that I
shifty
just said. He's like, anytime that you're against like some nation that has like a Muslim leader or like majority Muslim population, he's like, oh, I can't believe you're being Islamophobic. You need to qualify your statements more.
Yeah.
Makes me think how we're gonna perceive conversations about New York City soon.
Yeah, we're gonna need to figure that shit out and fast.
You're not listening.
Ah, damn it!
To what
Why
we
is
are
the
saying.
screen glitching like this? What the shit?
What?
You guys are saying if you want to be liberals, believe in.
Yeah, it's like screen tearing right now. It's like Ben Affleck's like forehead is like on my screen. I have no idea what it is.
Well, on the StreamYard's end, it looks okay.
Oh, it does? Okay, well, I don't know that. Okay, well, as long as it's fine for the stream, it's fine for
at least
me.
from what I'm seeing on your, on your Streamlabs, it seems fine.
Yeah. Okay, well, at
Try
least
minimizing the video and then making it full screen again, maybe.
Nah, it's gone now. It's gone now. Okay, moving on.
Liberal principles like freedom of speech, like we are endowed by our forefathers with an inalienable rights, like all men are created equal.
Ben, we have to be able to criticize bad ideas. And
of course we do. No liberal doesn't want to criticize bad
but
ideas.
Islam is the mother lode of bad ideas.
Jeez.
As well as violence and surveillance and destabilization in America as well, all under the approval of bipartisan consensus. The road to fascism is often paved with liberal respectability. This isn't to downplay Mon Mothma's role.
What does
In
that
fact,
even mean? Liberal respectability. What the hell?
Well, he's calling for violence without calling for violence. That's what they always do. It's like you vaguely allude to it. It's like, well, they're being too respectful. They're being too civil. Why are they acting like this? They shouldn't do this. And so then the natural follow-up, if this weren't like a video essay where nobody could ask them a follow-up, they're like, well, then what do you propose? And I'm very curious as to what Jessie Gender's answer would be, because right now his answer seems to be like, oh, Biden shouldn't have ceded power. He should have denied the election, basically, because he's shown the inauguration as like an evil amount of civility.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's democracy, dude. Sorry your idea's lost. Try again next time.
Very sus. Moving on.
the opposite. One of the most radical things the show does is refuse to caricature her as either a savior or a sellout. As one of my brilliant patrons, Conrad, pointed out, which, by the way, if you want early access to scripts and videos and the chance to shape them like Conrad did,
nobody wants access to your fucking garbage, Jesse. No one wants to fucking fund you. Shut the fuck up.
as well as support me right now as I'm trying to leave the country.
Maybe I do want to support you. Hang on, I gotta go on this Patreon.
You don't like this country, you can get out, Jesse. Yeah.
Hold on, better question. Where does Jessie think she's going?
I don't fucking know.
I hear a lot of transgenders are moving to Germany these days. That's the latest story I saw.
Yeah, it's kind of sus there.
Yeah,
let's move to the literal Nazi nation to avoid the fascism.
I mean, to be fair, many of the trans that I know are strictly anti-Israel, so maybe they're going to Germany for a little inspiration.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, guys.
You didn't make that connection there until I brought it up now, did you?
Yeah, I always love the Palestine and Israel and the transgender flag and the Palestine flag in the same name. They're always like right next to each other.
Hang on, guys. My masterpiece is done. I just need to save it here.
As Kyle Katarn would do.
Yeah, Jess. All right, I'll just call it Jesse. All right.
I just like make a sizable donation on Jesse's fucking Patreon. I'm just like, please leave the country now. This is
there. It is.
Oh. Why is it so hideous?
Looks like ER, doesn't it? Kinda, yeah.
It looks like something you would see in Goosebumps.
Oh, we were so fucking done after this. We were so getting like,
I like how you didn't even fill in all the gaps. Like there's little bits of white breaking.
Yeah, we were so getting deleted off of YouTube for this crap. Oh,
I mean, you still have my channel, which when the Neo Dio, please subscribe to my channel.
Sub to Evan. If my channel ever gets deleted, sub to Evan. I'm bouncing over to his channel.
And I don't endorse any of this, obviously. I disavow and stuff because this isn't on my channel.
You disavow it because you disavow it. You were laughing your ass off at it, John.
I'm laughing at Backseater because I was thinking of that time that his mom yelled at him. Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
Totally.
Which time Mom Cedar
yelled at Backseater?
Take a pic. Honestly, take a pic.
Yeah, it's just important that I'm not laughing at this. That's the only important part. It doesn't matter which time.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Check out my Patreon. The American Revolution.
Oh God, hang on. What the fuck? Finding nuance in the nerdy. Jesse, you don't find nuance in fucking anything. Shut the fuck up.
36 million times. That's not nuance.
Yeah, also got the fucking male and female shit in the Starfleet logo. Yeah, real
got
fucking
gender
subtle.
in your name. Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Jessie Earl. Wait a second. Her name is not Jessie Gender. It's Jessie Earl.
Creating videos on social and LGBTQ issues using geek culture. Yeah, sounds absolutely fun.
See, you're just using geek culture. You admit it. You're not even a real fucking fan. You're just like
Jesse Gender's a grifter.
Pretty much. I think we all already knew that, but at least it's good to know that he admits it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Patreon. The American Revolution, the Haitian Revolution, the French and Mexican revolutions, they didn't just start without people with power who used that power to expose its limits,
right?
to fund and legitimize more radical demands, and to prove that the system would never reform itself.
That horse has a really tiny head in that painting.
Oh my God, you're right. What the fuck?
What kind of deformity is that?
It's like got a normal body and then it just shrinks as it grows to the neck. It's like those it's like the fucking Goombas in the Super Mario Brothers movie, the old one.
Yeah.
People like Francisco Madero or the Count of Mirabeau. As Damian Walter pointed out, Marxist.
Oh, what the fuck is this crap?
Oh my God. Lenin? Luthen is Lenin?
Oh my God.
A Marxist story. So wait, but Lenin's like evil and like erased people and shit. And then Stalin came along. Which one of them is Stalin? Because he was the student of Lenin, so it'd probably be Andor, I suppose.
I have no words for this crap. This is legit more fucking stupid than that blackface photo I just made.
I love how
that we definitely did not laugh at, by the way, did we, John?
No, you guys.
Wait, that was blackface. Oh my God, problematic. I thought it was just a Mr. Popo fan art.
Yeah, Melissa, this is why Star Wars is dead. Yes, it is.
Theory argues.
So, as far as this, anyways, Grace
Wow.
Randall. Yeah, as far as this photo goes, so the bourgeois revolution, is Jessie aware that the New Republic basically emulated the old Republic that was apparently so evil? So, and then Mon Mothma was the boss of that. So the bourgeois revolution was just a return to the old system that you said was so horrible. So basically, this revolution goes nowhere, and you admit that, and it just returns to the norms that everybody was enjoying more anyway. So it's all bullshit.
Yeah. Communism has the shit touch. Everything it touches turns to shit. Yeah, it's the
Nintendo shit cube.
The Nintendo shit cube. Yeah. Anyway.
That bourgeois elites sometimes join revolutionary movements, not always out of solidarity, but because they begin to sense the limits of their own power within the systems they helped uphold or were born into. Figures like Mon Mothma embody this tension, deeply embedded in the era of the machinery of the Republic, yet disillusioned by our inability to steer it after the Empire.
A bonsai tree or whatever.
Yeah, this is Star Wars right here, folks. Bonsai trees. Yeah.
I love how they were like, oh, George Lucas was inspired by old Japanese films, so we have to literally take Japanese shit and put it in Star Wars now. It's like, that's not how inspiration works. He did filmmaking techniques and somewhat of a plot relation. It wasn't just, oh, we're gonna have Ahsoka fight in a fucking samurai garden.
Yeah.
Like they did in the Ahsoka show, or we're gonna have bonsai trees. They're gonna have an Oni mask in the next fucking Star Wars thing and be like, oh, it's just like George Lucas.
Right. Anyway.
This is so George Lucas.
They're so stupid they can only do one-to-one parallels. They can't understand nuance in any way.
Right. Fucking Christ, man.
Her rebellion is not a pure rejection of privilege, but a realization that even privilege can be powerless in the face of empire. Mon Mothma isn't naive for trying to work within the Senate. She's playing a dangerous game. The problem with a bourgeois-led revolution, however, is that it often seeks not to dismantle oppressive structures, but to restore or reshape them into a more palatable form of capitalist or colonial control, as we will explore later in this video. But figures like Mon Mothma do choose to walk away from their power, often at real personal risk and sacrifice in a way that helps revolution. Though, to be fair, Mon's greatest sacrifice might have been her hairstylist, because hot damn,
I know a parallel for this. So one time there was this billionaire living in complete luxury, could have lived his entire rest of his life just totally relaxed and enjoying all the pleasures of life. Very, very privileged, one could say. And he sacrificed it all. He was nearly killed. He endured slings and arrows and lawfare and everything just because he saw his country going to shit. It was a great personal sacrifice. And I don't think Jessie would like this man, but he perfectly embodies what Jessie is talking about with Mon Mothma here, because he was, a certain president who decided to sacrifice his luxurious billionaire lifestyle in order to take on all the burdens of leadership and fucking taking on the system.
Right. Also, you might be wondering, why do I have the pissed off angry gamer here? Well, I don't know if you guys have seen this video, but he just got finished reviewing Contra 4 for the DS, and I was going to take a swig of alcohol or whatever. Watch this. Watch this shit.
Oh God.
Okay, it's this. Okay, I need a break from Jessie Gender, man. Soy boy.
God.
Have you guys seen this?
I can't say that I have. No.
All right, you're in for a shock.
He's so bald.
Yeah.
Sounds like Wings of Redemption in his prototype form.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know, man. What?
What was that? Cut away before you took a bite.
No.
For God's sake, drink the soy sauce.
Where did that come from?
Yes, Melissa, Mario music, yeah.
What, now it's wine?
I don't know, man.
I love how he still hasn't improved his camera.
Yeah.
Down the hatch.
Jesus, this is so fat. He doesn't reach the edge of the camera. Oh, what is that picture on the left? Is that supposed to be him?
No, that's the guy who archived all his videos.
Oh
He looks a bit like a young Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Is Ricky Gervais that fat?
No, I'm talking about the profile picture.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, back to it,
Why
boys.
can't Jesse be that entertaining?
I don't know.
I just love that Jesse's like fucking describing Donald Trump. She's talking about how Mon Mothma. He would hate this parallel so much.
We're gonna make the galaxy great again. We're gonna rebuild the Senate. We're gonna make a new republic. It's gonna be way better than the old republic. We're not gonna do any of that empire shit. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a big, beautiful constitution to restore the Senate and whatnot. Anyway.
He would just be like, "No, not like that."
Oh
like,
yes,
but I literally just did what you described. He's like,
"Oh
no!
yes." Oh yes, just like that. We're gonna get Princess Leia on board. Luke Skywalker is gonna rebuild the Jedi Order. We're even gonna make peace with the Imperial Remnant. We're gonna make peace with Gilad Pelion. Anyway,
that haircut is not helping her on Yavin. The tension in her sequences in the Senate, watching the Empire scramble to silence her while Cassian also tries to rescue her, is masterfully done.
Show.
And yet,
their escape from the Senate is literally just they walk out of the Senate after Mon Mothma does this whole speech, which they for some reason can't shut off. Nobody can pull a plug or something.
Yeah,
it's like they just let her go on for fucking minutes and minutes.
Like, yeah, you could just leave. Yeah,
and then yeah, he goes out and like there's like no guards, no nothing. And I had one Andor fan, whenever I pointed this out, say like, "Oh, well, it's because he doesn't care about the Senate. Palpatine doesn't care, so he's not going to have any security there." I'm like, it's the fucking Imperial capital. I'm sure there's some troopers somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody, like, even if it were just to like stop people from spewing pro-Gorman shit, you would have troopers there to shut that shit down. Like,
yeah.
You can't just let them walk away. And they're like trying to act like they're like being hurried and stuff. And it's just like, no, you're just like briskly walking and you're leaving. There's no security.
Right. Yeah. Anyway.
It's two adorable engineers sabotaging a system to keep her signal going.
Adorable engineers? What the hell?
These are the friends everywhere.
I have friends everywhere.
Ooh. It's a line that echoes throughout the season, a repeated refrain that's a reminder that Imperial mechanisms of control are nothing compared to the power of ordinary people, defiant in small, crucial ways.
Except for the Death Star, that's pretty powerful.
I'm no, Jesse, no, that's not even close. Like, if you ask me that, I would sooner say it's like, hey, we have like people on the inside who can help you out, or like we have agents everywhere. You can't stop us. Like, that's way better than like, oh, you can't keep us down because we're not fascists.
Also, they're not so much ordinary people as they are like engineers, like you just mentioned. So you couldn't just have a normal person who knew how the fuck to make a broadcast work, even though that plot point is bullshit and makes no sense because they could just shut off the power. But then you have to have pilots to destroy the Death Star. That's not just ordinary people. They got to be like skilled and be able to pilot shit. And you got to have one who can actually use the Force and make an incredibly tough shot to blow up the Death Star. You got to have like Jyn Erso and K2SO, even in your fucking Disney lore, that are like, you know, more skilled than the average person. So yeah, you can't actually just have a bunch of randos who are skill and differentiation exists. I know you're like communists, so you want everybody to be the same, but yeah, actual like initiative and shit matters.
Yeah, sorry, Jesse.
Reminding us that we are all connected. Also, just as a giant nerd, I do love how this episode recontextualizes Star Wars Rebels.
Oh,
recontextualizes, aka retcons.
Yeah.
I know some Star Wars fans have taken issue with how Andor rewrites Mon Mothma's.
Yeah, some. He says, yeah, some.
Just anybody who
that
cares.
Speech from the episode where she escapes Coruscant on the Ghost to go to Yavin,
looks like
with apparently both Tony and Dan.
Whenever you're just like looking at the facial expressions.
Wait, what?
Like Ezra in that clip that Jesse was just showing. The whole time Mon Mothma's talking, he's just like.
He's like, I don't give a fuck about this bitch. I'm bored.
Fuck is this shit? This is a terrible speech.
He's probably looking at it like, damn, at least my haircut isn't that bad.
Yeah. That was like after like they got it like cut, because Filoni does this shit all the time. Like his way to like show character growth and progression is to literally just change their outfits. That's literally it. It's like, oh, see, look, they've grown and matured. It's like, no, they fucking haven't. They just went to the barber.
Or it'll show like one scene where they act very different, or they like are more skilled than the previous season, and then they immediately just revert after that scene right back to the character that they were. It's like he shows like the first scene of season 4 of Rebels, and it's like Ezra doing all this super skilled shit, and then like the next episode he's like, oh god, I'm losing to an Inquisitor again. Wow.
Wow. Anyway.
And Gilroy wanting to write their own speech in a way that feels dismissive of Rebels. But I do like that there are pains taken to make both shows line up.
No, there is not. We know Gilroy is very much the kind of guy where it's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about continuity. I just want to do my own damn thing.
He said it.
Yep, he said it. Anyway.
Andor mentioning offhandedly that the Rebels shot and aired more of Mon Mothma's Senate speech that she didn't get to say and was also censored by the Empire.
She's making a speech. We need it broadcast as far as possible.
Honestly, it makes that Rebels episode deeper for me, knowing Cassian was the one who helped her eventually reach the Ghost. I was sad.
Funny how she didn't mention him at all. Huh. That's odd. Why didn't she give a shit about Cassian as soon as he dies? She's like, some guy, I forget his name, and I don't even remember him after the moment that he died. Sorry.
Yeah.
By the way, to not see Jimmy Smits return as Bail Organa, but Benjamin Bratt is excellent.
You're in for the show. Good luck with it.
I also love that the
like
blaster
Bail
Vel
Organa.
spot.
Yeah. Totally, yeah. Also, I saw all the. I remember when all the shills were coping about him not being able to come back. Like, oh, he was busy with Dexter Resurrection. Like his character is dead on Dexter Resurrections. What are you talking about? He was like the main villain of like season 3, and then he fucking died at the end. And they only had like one line like in Dexter's head. It's like he's imagining him. It's like, really? Like he was busy with that? No, he just didn't want to come back because he hates Disney Star Wars. Plain and simple.
You know what? I've had enough of this Jessie gender. I'm gonna do a little curse here from the book of the Dead. Itu kla barak nikto. Some good illustrations. I really like this prop. But anyways.
Yeah. Anyway.
Disgusting.
Who belongs to this?
In that scene that reveals that Cassian's Narkina 5 friend Melshi is the same blaster that Cassian gave to Melshi on Nymos after they escaped the prison, the same blaster that Cassian grabbed from Cyril all the way back in episode 3, and the same one that he used in the Aldani heist.
So he's kept the same gun for a while? That's it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just one giant game of hot potato with the gun, yeah.
Wow, so deep.
There's no sense being upset.
It's a subtle detail that never calls attention to itself, but speaks volumes. The quiet passing of objects.
I think the fact that nobody caught attention to it shows like how irrelevant it is.
Who cares?
Like I didn't even notice this until Jessie pointed it out. I'm like, oh, whatever.
Did Jessie love? So Jessie would have loved if they showed like in X-Men Origins Wolverine whenever he puts on the jacket. Like they don't call too much attention to that. That's like a genius level move on the filmmaker's part, just because they have the same fucking jacket.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
Carry history and meaning. It's a direct rebuke to the hollow fan service like Solo's pointless origin blaster scene.
I also love that the show never.
So when Andor does it, it's deep and meaningful. But when Solo does it, it's cheap, meaningless fan service. Okay, then.
It's like a slight difference in camera work. It makes one versus the other, I guess. It's not like in Solo they were like, wow, this blaster is really great. Oh, yeah, I know, kid. It's like, no, they're both fucking just cheap fan service, dude. Like, it doesn't matter if they just linger on it for a few seconds more or not.
With violent spectacle. When Cassian spots the ISB spy, he doesn't hesitate, he just shoots. It's not an unnecessary extended fight sequence. It's necessary. And every time
or else that guy was gonna kill him, you dumbass.
That's the only resistance they face whenever leaving, by the way, is just one random spy. There's no guards.
Yeah.
sees violence like that, you can see how much it shakes her.
Is their whole escape strategy walk faster?
Yeah.
Mon Mothma's chill face.
Yeah, also all these guys, it's like all these guys like failing to shoot Cassian. It's like you had one job. Like fucking epic fail guy. You had one job. Yeah.
She's lived inside a world of civility and procedure, but Cassian has lived in survival. That's why he dreams of escaping the rebellion completely with
He's
Bix.
singing "I Want"
I'm
song.
done. I'm not doing
I
it.
dream of escaping the rebellion.
I've done what I can,
I dreamed a dream.
and I've done a lot.
The rest after that.
But I want this.
I want to fuck
Not
your
because he
ass.
doesn't believe in the
Clap
cause,
your cheeks,
but because he wants something
I
human
want your
again.
beautiful breasts.
Not just to survive,
Big boobies.
but to live. But before we move on to that, we need to talk about our little incel boy, Cyril Karn. His time on Gorman is...
Serial boy's an incel now, apparently.
Really fucks Daedros. That description isn't even accurate.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you even know what incel stands for?
No. I mean, I call myself a volcel for all of Ant's dick lickers on Twitter, and they still think I'm an incel. Like, how am I an incel if I'm a voluntary celibate? You know,
You can always fuck a fat bitch.
Yeah.
I think hardly anybody is an actual incel.
Yeah. Anyway.
He realizes what's about to happen to its people, marks the first crack in his blind devotion to the Empire. For the first time, he looks at the people he's helped oppress and recognizes their humanity.
Then have a good look.
I think there's a way out of this before
we're
things go too
still on
far.
this video.
My people are convinced you're being coordinated by outside agitators. If I had something to offer, if we could lay this off on outsiders, then...
There's a haunting moment in the episode where he walks away from Imperial protection to stand in the middle of the violence he helped create.
And he somehow
finally
didn't
forced to
get
confront
shot.
The lie of justice
Yeah.
and order that he's clung to since childhood. It's a moment that's earned him sympathy
being slaughtered
from
as we
critics,
fire back
fans,
at
even
them.
Tony Gilroy, who said,
The fundamental lies that he's been told from the very beginning, they're crushing. I feel terribly sorry for Cyril.
Oh, well, I guess Tony Gilroy's a Nazi sympathizer then, because he feels sorry for an Empire guy.
Also, Tony Gilroy's clearly pro Second Amendment because, you know, if those Gormans, if they all had guns, they would have stopped that slaughter. Just saying.
Yeah.
Only a few of them snuck them in. If they'd have just blasted those stormtroopers off the stairs in 2 seconds, the Empire would have been fucked.
Yeah.
and yes, Cyril is a victim of indoctrination, toxic masculinity, a state that taught him a
He's not even masculine. How is he toxic masculinity?
Fuck it, moving on.
Cyril's like this buff dude, like, yo, bro, I can't believe I was such an oppressor.
But we have to be careful with that sympathy and how far we extend it. I've seen countless think pieces lament Cyril Karn's fate, wishing he had survived.
Jacob says Jessie thinks Tony Gilroy is Karl Marx. Yeah.
Well, Cyril is actually like a condemnation of the soy boy cuck. Because he just goes with his fucking girlfriend because she gives him little teases just to motivate him. So, you know, actually, you should ask people to be more masculine and assertive in order to avoid such a fate, Jesse.
Yeah.
He could have been saved, that he could have earned redemption if he had just gotten a few more episodes on the show. But many of these think pieces...
A few more. He was in both seasons and got significant screen time across both. What are you talking about? More. Oh my god, you dumbass.
They fully reckoned with the fact that first and foremost, Cyril was a fascist bully right from the start. In season 1,
no, he was not. He just wanted to go home and eat his cereal.
He used his tiny scrap of minuscule authority over the people of Ferrix to brutalize them, getting numerous people killed in the pursuit of the fantasy of heroism. When he later witnessed the Empire's brutality on Ferrix, he didn't flinch, just saving the girl. Because those working class, mostly people of color, didn't look, act, or appear like him. It's only on Gorman, among people he could aesthetically relate to as upper class, as the right kind of people, did the violence against them finally feel real. Even Tony Gilroy admitted this.
Gorman, the clothes, the structure of it, the properness of it. I think Cyril really started to feel, look comfortable
Smelly
in Gorman.
Bix's pussy.
Cyril finally recognized suffering once it wore the right clothes, spoke in the right way, and looked like someone who could belong. Meanwhile, the Empire hasn't hidden the fact that it committed genocide against numerous people, the Kaminoans, the Geonosians, and countless others, none of which shook Cyril's faith because he just went along with the Imperial narrative.
Service to the Empire. You just said it. Can one ever be too aggressive in preserving order?
He was perfectly content to uphold Imperial order as long as the victims were distant, alien, or othered. And he didn't have to question the narrative that he was fed, when he very easily could have looked into it. This mirrors how our culture processes violence. Genocide often...
No it doesn't. What are you talking about, Jesse? Like, I can't be the only one confused by that. What the fuck?
Oh, wait, I was gone for a minute. What was that?
Fuck it. You know what? I don't want to go back over it again. Fuck it. Let's keep going.
That's
only
fine by
becomes
me.
legible when its victims are relatable, when they look like us.
Okay,
Western
so he's basically saying that, like, the only reason, like, Cereal Boy even, like, stopped to question the Empire was because they began oppressing people like him, you know, like rich white people, basically.
Oh, I
And,
thought he would be saying that the only reason think pieces were made on this character is because he's a white dude.
And also that, like, it's a commentary on, like, how Americans process violence. Like, we're only upset when violence is done to, like, other white people or something. I don't even fucking know, man. Jesse Gender's just retarded.
Media dehumanizes brown, black, and Muslim lives until their deaths don't register as tragedy, only as unfortunate consequences of conflict.
No. Like, the reason, like, why we don't cry a whole lot is when most of them die is because a good number of them, not all of them, I just want to make it clear, not all of them are fucking bad people, okay? Christ. Jacob says Jesse probably wants to get rid of his whiteness. Yeah, let's be real here. That's why we made that image, so we could help Jesse fulfill his dream. Anyway,
quote unquote.
Only Backseater made the
queer
image.
community, people
yeah, I made the image. Yeah. Anyway,
often rarely care for black and brown trans people who get killed. But when upper class white trans women is the victim of violence,
oh, Jesse, I'll save you right there. I only care about the people who encourage them to be trans in the first place because they're fucking sick people who tried to get them killed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I care about all of them equally in that respect.
Yeah.
It's the shitbags around them that encourage that shit.
Yeah, and then motherfuckers like Jesse who friggin' embrace that insanity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jaga says he wants to be poop brown so it can't be white passing. Yeah.
Maybe might pay attention. And even when Cyril is finally confronted with the truth of the Empire's violence, Cyril's response isn't self-reflection, it's rage.
How long? We can discuss this later.
Which, as an immediate response, is understandable, considering how he's been directly used by not only his own girlfriend, but the system that he's given his life to. But what's telling is how he directs that emotion. He chokes Dedra in a moment that disturbingly echoes domestic abuse.
You're
hurting.
And you are going to tell me what the mining ships are doing here.
Yes, he's right to be angry at her. She manipulated him, used him. But his rage here is not about getting back at her, it's about reasserting his control.
Does
no, it's actually about getting answers because she's not giving him answers.
Yeah, does Cereal Boy need to choke a bitch? Anyway.
Yeah, I would love if she was just like harder. He's like, what? He's like, just breaks the tension of the moment.
Yeah.
What?
It looks like she might be enjoying it. I don't know.
Here?
Yeah.
His masculinity, his sense of order, his fantasy of mattering is shattered.
Is he supposed to not want, like, this doesn't even make sense. She's like, oh, he shouldn't have choked her. He should have just taken her lies and left. Like, what? He's like, he has to assert his control. It's like, I'm sorry that he's like, this is one time where I'll actually defend the fucking Andor character over your critique, Jesse. Like, he's trying to get immediate answers because it's a bunch of people. Their plan is like about to happen. He needs them immediately, so he can't stand her bullshit anymore. So he starts strangling her.
Jacob says, this guy needs a happy ending by X-Ray Girl.
So he reasserts dominance.
X-Ray Girl. I want to touch your tatas. Anyway.
By enacting violence against a woman he once stalked and fantasized about. It's a manifestation of how he views women, not as people, but as objects he can use to channel his emotions. Even in the chaos of Gorman's massacre, his fury isn't aimed at Imperial soldiers or the architects of genocide, it's unleashed on Cassian, his original obsession, the man who shattered his delusions of heroism all the way back on Ferris.
The man he wanted to fuck all along. Jacob says, honestly, he'd be like Soups, where he screams, let go, to a woman's touch. Anyway. Hey, that's like one of my wrestling moves right there.
Cyril's final act isn't fighting to save others. It's a desperate, childish attempt to reassert his heroism during a genocide he helped enable against a man who is trying to stop it. Cyril doesn't die a hero. He's not on some hero's journey.
Oh my god, bro.
He dies trying to reclaim the narrative in his head, violently lashing out at a woman and a man of color, the very people...
Okay, it's... Oh my god.
Do you think that he did that because Cassian was a man of color? He's fucking white. He's white passing, as you would say, first of all. You can't even tell that he's fucking Hispanic. And then also, like, I'm pretty sure Cyril doesn't give a shit. He's killing him because he's like a rebel and shit. This is like worse than all the fascism shit where they're like, oh, tall buildings are fascism, food is fascism, like this is like, oh, it's a white guy, so if he strangles a woman, it's gotta be because he's sexist, and then if he attacks Cassian, it's gotta be because he's racist. It can't just be that it's like makes sense in the story. Only Jessie makes me defend Andor. Jesus.
Jacob says, is Andor even the lead of his own show? Not really. The story only ever like picks up when it focuses on other characters, Jacob.
Considering he's parked to the side for a quarter of the second season and the story just keeps going, I would say no.
Jacob says, who more white passing, Diego Luna or Pedro Pascal? Who do you guys think?
I'd say Diego because he doesn't grow the retarded Mexican facial hair. Like Pedro can only grow that stupid mustache with the little patchiness. Like at least Diego can grow like a full beard so he doesn't look like he's got the little mustache that they all have.
Yeah. Evan, who's more white passing, Diego Luna or Pedro Pascal? Oh no, Evan's dead. Anyway, Evan died of cringe, y'all. Melissa Lord says, everything is racist. Everything is fascism. Yeah,
Don't
pretty much.
Sexism.
Yeah. Everything's everything's
toxic
sexist.
Masculinity, I think.
Everything's sexist. Everything's racist. Everything's homophobic. You have to point it all out.
Humanized by the system that he continually, endlessly chose to serve. Yes, Cyril is a victim. He was radicalized by propaganda shaped by a mother who weaponized his math.
When he doesn't want to serve the system, you get mad at him for that too. When he's choking her and he's like trying to get answers.
So either way, so no matter what Cyril does, Jessie Gender just hates him, apparently.
And I'm like not even defending the show, just these criticisms don't make sense. Doesn't make the show any better to say that your criticism is retarded of it.
No. Jacob says Pedro gay mustache. Yeah.
Masculinity and molded by a system that taught him obedience was righteousness. But none of that excuses his own choices. He actively bullied, harmed, and upheld fascism on Ferrix, on Gorman, politically and personally. His betrayal of the Gore, even if not fully informed, was still a decision, one that he chose willingly to take part in. It was yet another chance to choose differently, and he didn't. It's why Ryland's line to him
makes you no harm. How do you say that? How do you speak the words? You've destroyed us.
I don't know, bro. Can't you speak fucking basic? Like, come on, bro.
To trap outside agitators.
Hail, Briscoe.
Are you mad? That I'd believe that? That it's worth saying? What kind of a being are you?
Well,
Cut so
to
deeply.
be fair to this retarded old man, he did have outside agitators. Like, he literally talked with Cassie and Andor. So that old man is a shitbag, and they're trying to make you feel sympathy for him, and he's like trying to lecture him. It's like, well, no, he's actually right. You did have outside agitators, so maybe don't be so self-righteous, old man.
Jacob says, imagine story number 1 got arrested by ICE and Roke is really pissed off because he wants that to be him getting deported.
Like, I got a lot of privilege. Okay? I hate having that.
Yeah.
I got my thermal detonator stress ball.
Yeah.
Came with the Dark
Cyril is
Forces
trying to
Collector's
deflect
Edition.
responsibility, but he's complicit. He always was. Star Wars has a long, troubling history of sanitizing fascist men.
Oh, no, it does
They literally
not.
show him killing children in this movie that you're showing.
Yeah. Oh, no, Anakin's dark deeds, man. Totally totally sanitized. Yeah. Jacob, he mad because it shows that Roka's white passing. Yeah.
Look at Kylo Ren or Darth Vader.
Okay, well, Kylo Ren's
I'll
a
agree.
piece of
Kylo
shit.
Ren's retarded.
He's retarded. We don't claim him, but the fucking Vader. It's like Vader isn't Vader. I got into John. I got into a whole fucking argument with Ants Dick Lickers, where it's like Vader isn't really all that evil. He's just following orders, right? They constantly try to do this with Vader. They try to paint him as like as bad as Palpatine or whatever, right?
Well, he's
And like
being manipulated by Palpatine.
he's
to,
being
do all the evil shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do all the evil stuff, and he didn't really have much of a choice left. It's like as soon as like he became Vader and the Empire came out, he didn't really have a choice in the matter. He kind of had to by that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
God,
he was in too deep. The sunk cost fallacy had taken
yeah,
over.
exactly. So yeah, hang on. Imagine Ant's take on the Jimmy Kimmel controversy. You know what? I'm gonna fucking tweet at him right now and ask him that.
You might want to search his tweets. I'm pretty sure he had been talking about it.
Hang on. All right. What do we got here?
In like replies or something.
Let me see here. Okay. All right. I'm on his Twitter. How do I search like what tweets he's made? Jimmy Kimmel. All right, I'll just try this. I'm not finding anything. All right, I'll just ask him. All right, I'll ask him. Hang on. Hang on. And what are your thoughts on the Jimmy Kimmel controversy? All right. Now we play the waiting game. Moving on.
Men who committed numerous violences, including being complicit in enabling genocides, then dying doing one good thing for someone that they personally loved and cared about. And
okay, in Vader's case, it was so that he could bring balance to the Force, kill the guy who fucked him over, and help bring about the Empire's defeat. So bit of a fucking difference there, Jessie, than fucking Soilo Ren there.
Yeah, it's not like he's spouting Empire propaganda. He literally tells Luke, he's like, it's too late for me. He's not like all enthusiastic about it still. He's just fucking lost and broken because he's had his body chopped up. He's been in this fucking Empire for 20 years or whatever. He's just like, oh, I'm so fucked up, dude. I ain't ever getting good again.
Plus, Vader's death really is his punishment when you think about it. Like, he really can't walk away a free man from this. So, Vader's, Anakin and Vader, their name will live on in infamy, but like his family will know the real story. Jacob says, "Play the game." Anyway, on.
They are instantly in the narrative's eyes, and in
I'll
many
give Jesse points for this. At least he played the special edition, like how you're ought to. Anyway,
people's eyes, redeemed. As Princess Weeks brilliantly pointed out in a
video.
video.
Who the fuck is Princess Weeks? Why are we so obsessed with characters being redeemed?
It's pretty good character arc if done right. I don't know.
Yeah.
And also,
pretty
it
much.
wasn't redemption. It was just like, he had one good moment and his son recognized him for it.
Yeah.
That I highly recommend you check out. Star Wars rarely interrogates complicity. It gestures at atonement, but
what does that even mean? Interrogates complicity? What? The fuck does that mean?
Skips to absolution. One moment of decency is treated like it balances out a lifetime of systemic harm. It's upsetting, and it's cultural.
Oh,
how? Literally how?
Because it's cultural, because we're okay with someone being shitty and then redeeming themselves. I don't know.
This is stupid, man. Why the fuck do people take this motherfucker seriously?
Because our culture regularly crafts these narratives. Speaking of Cyril Karn, I saw numerous posts, one with over 8,000 likes, describing Cyril's assault on Dedra as him physically and morally confronting her fascism, sidestepping the fact that it was a misogynistic outburst and not a moral stand. Others framed his attack on Cass.
If the roles were reversed, if Daedra, was the one being manipulated, found out about this and started choking him, that would have been like the same fucking thing. And Jessie would treat it completely differently just because she's a woman and he's a man.
Yeah.
So you're the only one being sexist here, Jessie. To be honest with you, you're like, oh, man cannot choke woman, but woman can choke man in same situation. That's okay.
I think I know why fucking Jessie Gender became a woman. So he is exempt from the double standards he holds. So that's probably why. Jacob says soy boy, he coming for you. Which soy boy, Jacob? Which one?
Soy boy.
Soy boy. And again, I need a soy boy. Anyway, soy boy.
CNN at the end as simply protecting his woman Dedra from.
Jacob says so he can play women's sports. He probably
an assassination attempt, which has no basis in reality. He had no idea what Cassian was there to do. He was just reasserting control through violence.
What?
And even if he
he's been hunting him this entire show,
So he should have let Cassian shoot her because it's sexist if he saves her.
What?
That would have been better for Daedra. Gotcha, Jessie. Gotcha. I won't be a sexist. I'll let someone shoot my ex next time. What the fuck is wrong with this? Is the fucking gender ideology brain rot to the point of just letting people die for the sake of acceptance.
Evan trying to save quote unquote his woman, it wouldn't have absolved him of his complicity in what happened on Gorman. But the fact that even that is argued to be seen as heroic on his part shows how much we follow the same tired script we hand to men over and over again. Prove your worth by saving the girl, die a noble death, and let that wipe the slate clean. Rather than
you added that last part. Let that wipe the slate clean. No. Why are you against men saving women? Is it that set in stone for you that you can't ever have that to the point where you would literally rather have the woman get shot and die?
Yeah. Jacob, this for you. Jacob says, John, what are your thoughts about Filoni being a guy from Pittsburgh?
Hey, every city's got some shit bags. I'm sure there's some other shitty people from Pittsburgh. Not gonna lie.
Anyway.
I bet he saw Permani's sandwich, which is our famous sandwich where you put it's the whole meal on fucking sandwich. It's like French fries, the beef, the fucking coleslaw, a fried egg. Like everything is just put together in two massive pieces of Italian bread. And it was for dock workers that needed their whole meal and they needed to get it in a truck real fast. And so it's like their famous sandwich shop around here. I bet Filoni saw that and he's like,
do you have a vegan version? And also, can you make the bread a little smaller? I need less carbs.
Yeah. Briscoe says Cassian Andor sucks at pewing people. Yeah.
So Jessie Gender probably wants to rewrite the original Star Wars and be like, Luke Skywalker comes in, he's like, I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm here to rescue you. He'd be like, I don't know how the fuck he would rewrite it. He would just be like, "Oh, Luke shows up and Luke gets pinned down and Leia breaks out of her own cell or no, she goes, "You need to leave because you're demonstrating toxic masculinity by saving me right now." And Luke
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and leaves and shuts her cell again. Everybody fucking dies, but at least we have gender equality. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Be more like Cassian, soft, caring, vulnerable, supportive, and yet still willing to fight for others.
In other words, a total cock. Yeah.
Soft, caring. Also, you can be like supportive and still save your woman. Like,
Yeah. Is saving your woman not supporting your woman?
yeah, it's literally supporting their right to live.
Yeah.
But our culture is primed to continually empathize with these men who cause harm, to write their redemption arcs before they even attempt to earn them. Like how we're told we can't ruin the future of young men who...
What?
You're confusing two things, Jesse. It's like, you're like, the whole slate wiped clean. That's not what it's... A dude saving a chick is never a bad thing. Like, saving your woman. It's... and you're taking that as like, oh, that condones all of his other actions. It's like, no, it's completely unrelated. Like, you're the only one trying to relate these things.
Right. Fucking Christ, man.
Rape. We hand them the benefit of the doubt while erasing their culpability in violence against people who are often systemically dehumanized or objectified.
Oh, it would be okay for him to save her if it were another white male that he were saving her from. So you need to let the black guy rape your woman because it's racist of you to stop him. And if you're in Britain, you need to let that Muslim guy take his rape gang and kidnap your woman because you can't be toxic. You can't be a sexist and a racist. You need to let that happen. That's Jesse Gender's stance. I personally think that's pretty fucked and hateful, Jesse, but you do you. I can't stop you from saying it.
That's like fucking like if Jesse just loop us back around. If Jesse Gender were to play Heavy Rain, like no, it's racist for Norman Jada to stop the black guy in the junkyard. We have to send another black character in to stop him. And it's also racist for Madison to confront that fucking Latino pimp in the club. We have to get another Latino man or Latino woman in there to stop him.
You know, she kills that Chinese doctor too, and he tries to rape her.
Asian guy in there to do that. Yeah.
Jesse Gender's just playing that. He's like, fucking white women oppressing this Chinese man after he tries to drug her and rape her.
Yeah, fucking Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh no, John, Renegade Raven on our server. He just tweeted out Ron Friedman, the guy who wrote for both G.I. Joe and Transformers, has just died at 93.
Oh shit.
Fuck. R.I.P. Ron Friedman.
Well, at least 93 is a good run.
Yeah, let me catch up on chat here. Jacob says Jacob says what he wants the OT to be. Yeah. Jacob says rape. Mariska says Jesse's version of Luke is gay and Leia's trans. The rebels are Antifa, the Empire's MAGA, etc., etc.
I want to see everybody go watch Melvin's Woke Wars if you want the Disney version of the OT.
Yeah, Jacob says rape is bad unless it's brown. Yeah.
Exactly.
If you mourn Cyril as a wasted opportunity, while people like Cinta, who resisted the Empire her entire life, dies with barely a mention after that. No trending discourses, no wishful what-ifs, no fan debates or articles over the...
Because Cinta's not a main character, and everybody just agrees she's like heroic and dies. Like there's nothing to debate there.
So because nobody got sad on Twitter and there weren't giant fucking hashtag campaigns, that means like the whole, I don't know, it just means America's homophobic or some shit like that.
Well, and it's just like way more of a minor character. Like this is like saying that one of the pilots who dies in A New Hope. It's like
Porkins, for example.
Nobody ever debates Porkins like they do Vader's death. What the hell? Do people not care about fat people? That's fat phobic. It's like obviously we're gonna discuss, or Andor fans will discuss main characters and how they die, a character who's been in both seasons and has a lot more shit going on in the story than some fucking lesbo who like showed up briefly in each season.
Yeah. Anyway.
Potential of her arc had she not been killed. Cyril's death is treated as a tragedy of a life cut short. Cinta's death is treated like an inevitability by everyone. Even Tony Gilroy,
Not you.
who created both, speaks
You
at
talk
length
about
about
it.
how sorry he feels for Cyril in interviews, and interviewers continually ask him about him, but he barely ever mentions Cinta. And it reflects whose pain we prioritize.
Now Tony
talk
Gilroy's
about
homophobic.
Cinta? Jesus.
God, why don't you talk about Cinta then, motherfucker?
Your side's the one who's always talking about, oh, you have to see that, you identify with the characters who are like you, blah, 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 blah.
Blah,
Well,
blah,
then it's
blah.
on you to talk about them, you know?
Jacob says there's still 2 hours of the video. God damn. Yeah. Briscoe says, can we start a GoFundMe to send Jessie to one of the brown countries?
We're trained in our culture to empathize with. We extend
Well, we're
endless
trained by
sympathy
people like
to men
you.
like
I'm fine with
Yeah.
sympathizing with people that look at anyone, but it's your guys' side who's always saying, oh, you need to have this, 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 and this in here so that people who look like that can identify.
Don't worry, Noah. I'm not eating out of the pot.
Quit eating pot. You're going to get
I'm not-
high.
I'm not a fucking pothead. I hate potheads, man. Anyway. Also, hell no, I haven't seen you in a while.
Cyril to Kylo Ren to Anakin Skywalker to white men or to the powerful. Our culture constantly spins stories
Good
about
boy.
whether they can be saved.
Noah
What if they
says, good boy. Noah says, yeah.
come around? What if they didn't mean it? What if they feel bad? That question, can they be redeemed, often itself becomes a trap too. It lets us delay
You would know about
judgment,
traps.
delay accountability, delay action. It
Yeah, I know a thing or two about traps. I recently fell into one, yeah.
tells us to wait, to hold space, to keep hoping for someone else's moral clarity while they help enable real harm happening in real time.
Oh my god, what
So
the
you basically hate every heroic character then, because like Professor X, and I don't know how comic accurate this is or whatever, but in the Days of Future Past movie, which I know is highly comic inaccurate, he says like whenever he's talking to his younger self, he's like, just because someone stumbles, loses their way, doesn't mean that they're lost forever. Sometimes we all need a little help. And it's like, yeah, it's a great heroic trait that you're willing to give second chances. Doesn't mean that you just excuse everything. They need to change. They need to demonstrate change.
Yeah,
like,
don't be like Barry Allen from CW's Flash, yeah.
yeah, where you have the same like speech with someone 10 times in the series. But it's just like, so okay, so redemption is bad now. It's like, okay, once a character does one evil thing, they're just bad forever, and we should never, only if they're white though. Yeah, okay.
All right, let's see here. Oh, hey, it's Cal. It's Cal. Hey, Cal, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. You like traps? No, I fell into one. I don't like traps. No.
That's our trap.
Yeah, Briscoe says, I don't care, Jesse. I don't give a fuck about any of the words you're spewing out of your mouth. Yeah. Anyway.
They rarely exist for queer people, BIPOC, women, for women of color like Cinta, for anyone outside that familiar silhouette of the troubled person who might still be good. And it's not just fiction. Figures like transphobic billionaire and Severus Snape Redeemer and
Oh, here we go. More
Chief
J.K. Rowling hate.
J.K. Rowling get this all the time. What if she changes her mind? What if she apologizes?
No,
Are
she
things that
shouldn't
I
change
hear
her mind or apologize because she's right on this subject.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Here we go. We're being raided by Falcon and company. That explains why Noah and Cal are here. Jesus
Who's
Christ.
Falcon?
Fucking Falcon. He was my original number 2, but now he's completely joined the damn dark side. Fucking Christ.
Aw, shit.
Fucking Christ, man.
continuously when I talk about what she's doing to trans people. I and so many others, including those close to her, tried to reach out to her, but she
Well, you
made the
tried to
choice
lecture
over
her
and
because you thought you were right. And
Yeah.
you're not.
Melissa says, Rowling, Jesse gonna go off. Lol, eye roll. Yeah, pretty much.
over and over and over again. Every
Hang
single
on. Briscoe says, BIPOC sounds like something you take for bipolar disorder or something. Yeah, pretty much. Cal, if you're wondering how, Evan sent me a fucking image of a tranny I thought was a legit woman, but then he told me it was a tranny. I'm like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah, all Backseater said was like, oh, who's this girl? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, who's this lady?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, that's transgender actress. He's just like, god damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway.
Day to continue to use her money and influence to push legislation that harms trans people, women, immigrants, asexuals,
Falcon, I'm not a trans eater. Shut the fuck up.
numerous other folks. Those already being targeted, already dying.
Like this guy, I would not eat this guy. Not even one fucking bit.
So who is J.K. Rowling killed exactly? Because that seems to be what Jessie Gender here is saying is happening. Like, those people are dying. Oh yeah, they do die whenever they're pushed into an ideology where a good number of people, die by their own hand. Maybe you should stop pushing them that way. Yeah, fucking murderer.
Yeah, Cal, how did he fall? I fell because Evan just sent me a photo, and it looked really convincing. That's how, Cal.
I have not seen the photo, but I know from the right angle and with a lot of filters, you could try and make it something look like something else.
Yeah, Melissa says Rowling's a commie like Jessie, but the left always eats their own. Yeah, pretty much.
That's why I made note on this subject, Melissa, because I'm like, Rowling is based on precisely one subject.
Yeah, pretty much.
Abstract. This is now. And I'm not going to sit quietly around and hope that maybe someday she and other people causing harm will come around one day. Fuck
what
that.
Harm?
You don't wait.
Oh, now Jesse's getting real serious. Like, fuck that. It's like, whoa, we got a badass over here.
Jesse's like, the harm is here. Nothing has happened. They're just like, oh, this was the big boogeyman you were talking about all these years. All right, doesn't seem all that bad.
Falcon, if you wanna know, Darth Melvin already released a video. Hang on here. Hang on, let me link it to you here.
If it's just Rosario Dawson porn, that doesn't count as Ahsoka porn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rosario Dawson's hot.
Hold on, Falcon. I'm getting the link for you.
I still say, even though she's kind of old now, if they redid the Ahsoka outfit in the live action show to show off Rosario's Dawson's, then the show would probably get higher ratings.
Falcon, this is the link right here. So click on that if you want to know. The shit's in there because it's all fake news spread by fucking Jacob or Kirkar or whoever.
Oh, is that all from the fake Gatekeepers
The
Alliance?
fake Gatekeepers Discord, yeah.
Oh, they made a fake backseater that posted in there too?
They had a fake backseater post Ahsoka porn, yeah.
Oh, did they not make a fake me? This is bullshit.
They didn't make a fake you, John.
Oh, what the fuck? I was left out.
Yeah.
I gotta be more toxic. I feel like whenever that whole rewriting Ripley thing was going on, and some people were offended. They're like, why didn't they ask for me to be deplatformed? What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I can be a good guy to my family. The problem is that they just piss me off. And when they piss me off, I get fucking pissed at them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cuss at my mom. I wish I didn't have to, but she forces my hand, man.
It's like Cyril.
Yeah, I honestly don't want to, but she just drives me to do that, man.
Why did you make me do this? You're like fucking Homeland, or not Homelander, the other evil Superman, Omni-Man. Whenever he's beating up Mark, he's just like, why did you make me do this?
No, if anything, she needs to learn self-control because, like, literally yesterday, not yesterday, on Tuesday, literally on Tuesday, she slapped me. I didn't lay a finger on her. I'll take accountability when she learns not to fucking slap me. How about that? Falcon, if you have time to fucking hang out here and jaw jack in my comment section, you can watch a 54-minute video. So watch it. I'm not giving you a timestamp. Watch the video and find it for yourself.
Ooh, Falcon, comment.
Yeah. Fucking
Falcon, post a video.
Yeah.
For power to find empathy, you fight back. And if one day it finally affects her, if she turns her back on the machine she helped build, do you really believe that means that...
Or what, Falcon? Give you a timestamp or what? Okay, watch, Falcon, if you have time, I'll say it again. If you have time, to waste time in my comments section, you can watch that video. Watch it, or continue being blind. Okay? Watch it or continue being blind. Noah, I'll say it to you too. If you have time to sit in my comment section, you have time to watch that video.
Backseat, maybe you could demonstrate for them, if you put your mouse along the
She
little time
changed?
bar in the YouTube video,
Yeah.
it'll show like a screenshot.
Yeah.
So you can actually skim through for the backseater part.
Yeah, there you go. Hang on, guys. Look, here you go. Falcon, Noah, if you want to do it, do something like this. Okay, help me remember this timestamp, John. 2:46:11. Do it like this. Like this magical fucking technique. You can skim like this. It's really easy.
Thank God we're almost done. I just noticed.
Yeah.
You
Anyway.
skipped a whole second.
Oh, whatever. Hang on. There we go. We're back.
Hang on.
All right. Thank you, Noah. But yeah, anyway, it's like Falcon, search through it that way. I don't know the timestamp off the top of my head anyway.
Or just that fascism finally touched someone she cared about. Cyril could have chosen a different path. He had chances. Many.
Yes, Briscoe. Apparently Falcon just has really big ADHD, and that's why he wants a fucking timestamp. Like, I'm not going to hold your hand, Falcon. Watch it for yourself. Give Darth Melvin some watch hours.
But maybe if he
Watch
survived
Woke Wars
and
while you're on his
truly
channel, it's
committed,
hilarious.
Yeah, Woke Wars is really funny, Falcon. You'll like that. Anyway.
to dismantling the system that he upheld and the narratives that he had ingrained in his head, maybe there could have been redemption. But that would have been his burden to carry, not ours to offer. And honestly, the show strongly suggests he never would have unpacked it. He deserved
You
the
just said the
opportunity
show's
to change.
creator said the
But I'm
opposite,
deep-
though, so
Yeah.
you don't like Gilroy now? Is that what's going on?
Apparently, Falcon says, I wouldn't hold your nasty hand to save my life. Now give me a timestamp. Holy shit, Falcon, I am not going to give you a timestamp. Watch it for yourself. Fucking Christ. It's like, it's not hard, Falcon. It's like, are you just that big of a lazy piece of shit, you fucking redneck?
Falcon lazy.
Falcon lazy. God almighty. Fucking Christ.
Fucking Captain Falcon in Smash Bros. Just pulls out a pillow, starts sleeping. He's like, Falcon, sleep. Falcon, lazy.
Yeah. Falcon, either watch that video or go back to playing X Defiant. Oh, wait, you can't anymore. Sucks to be you.
Why not?
It got shut down.
Oh, okay.
Imagine a
Hashtag
jobless...
Stop killing games.
Hang on. Imagine a jobless man calling someone lazy. Falcon, do you see how long this video is? This is over 4 hours. I'm actually sitting down and watching it. If I can sit here and watch a 4-hour video, you can sit where you are and watch a 54-minute video. So don't give me this bullshit. Watch the video or fuck off. Anyway.
Skeptical of a culture so eager to make that path easy for him, and so unwilling to even tell Cintas. That double standard in the show's discourse says everything.
Discourse.
As it stands, his final moments perfectly encapsulate everything about him. Cassian asks him, "Who are you?" And for the first time, Cyril sees it. He made Cassian the
but
center.
He didn't see it coming, sadly.
Of his obsessive fantasy, his rival, his foil, the mirror for his own imagined greatness. But to Cassian, he's no one. Not even the antagonist of this story. Just a man so desperate to matter that he handed himself over to the machine. A discarded cog in a system that never cared.
No, Jesse's putting a
this
tremble in his
snappy
voice.
fucking piano music.
Not that he didn't get to change, but that he...
Falcon, I've already told you, I'm not giving you a timestamp. Find it for yourself, okay? Ask someone else for a timestamp then.
Falcon's gonna watch this whole stream in the time that he could have probably just gone and watched the video.
Yeah, Briscoe says, shut the fuck up, Jesse. Yeah, Briscoe, tell Falcon to shut the fuck up and watch that Melvin video. Yeah, do it, Briscoe.
I mean, you should watch it anyway, even if Backseater hadn't told you to. I mean, it's a very informative and good video.
Really is, yeah. Falcon, I'll tell you this. It's in the first third. That's as much as I'm giving you. It's in the first third.
There you go. Now it's something
there you
like
go.
20
There you go. Now
video or
hop to
whatever.
it, Falcon. Chop, chop. Anyway. Hang on. Cal says, you need to chill, man. You made it. Made what? I didn't make that video. Melvin did. Darth Melvin did.
He chose not to. He died in the very violence he helped create, consumed by the empire he worshipped. A willing tool begging to be useful
shot him, so.
until the very last moment. That's the answer to who are you? No one the story will remember. Because in true revolution, it is the Cintas who are held and remembered, and the Cyrils who vanish.
Watch the
like
video.
dust
Look up his
in the
channel.
machine.
Noah, look up his channel. It's called Knights of Melvin. There you go.
So the only reason to start a revolution is to be remembered? Seems pretty selfish, Jesse.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier? A lot of soldiers die and aren't remembered.
No, of course he hasn't. He's fucking...
Oh, you
fucking
fucking
anti-American.
shitbag. You don't care about a soldier unless we know their name and get to make shit about them.
Hang on. Darth Melvin made the video. Funny how he won't even give people on Twitter a timestamp. Yeah, because you can watch it for yourself, fucking Falcon. Watch it for yourself.
Falcon, the name is ironic anyway. I love whenever people do this. They're like, oh, he named himself Melvin. It's like, that's not his real name, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Briscoe says, is Jesse about to fucking cry? It looks like it.
Yeah, well, Jesse won't actually cry. Jesse's doing the, I'm going to put a tremble in my voice so that I sound like I'm going to cry. See how easy it is, Jesse? You're not going to really fucking cry.
Yeah. Hang on. No, it says, I've heard about it. Never watching this channel. I have no idea why this video is important. What's it about? It's about the allegations, Noah. You can watch it.
Okay,
anyway.
Noah, just watch Woke Wars. Actually, it's hilarious. just do Darth Melvin Woke Wars.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give Melvin the watch hours and give.
We're
Noah
gonna give Melvin all the watch hours.
So at least Noah can be entertained tonight, so he's not bored with this drama shit.
Yeah. Come on. Yes! Part 5! We're almost fucking done.
Ooh,
yes!
That's a chunker. And then part 6 is short. All right.
Yeah, part 6. Maybe we can even finish part 5 and 6 of the next stream. Yes, Noah, Woke Wars is the name. Oh my god.
It'll be an 8-part playlist. It's hilarious.
Fuck.
Don't watch it on stream though. You'll get copyright struck. Don't ask me how I know that.
Oh my god. So let's do fucking final thoughts. John, what's your thoughts on part 4 of this shit?
Well, this was exhausting because it just turned into a fucking real world political shit. So then I had to keep bringing up real world political stuff. I only ever did it in response. But it was still pretty annoying that, like, you know, Jesse just completely got away from the subject of the, like, there were some allegories, and then he just went into this whole thing about how, like, you can't save women because you're racist about it or something.
Yeah.
So apparently, if the person is a minority, you have to let them kill your ex, is what I got out of Jesse's latest talk here. So remember that lesson from Jesse, guys.
Yeah. Here's Falcon saying, Noah, that Melvin dude is like the most cringe person I've ever seen. Bro is a stupid mask and a stupid red filter. Funny how that person is Backseat's out. Yeah, Falcon, it's called kayfabe. Do you not know what that is?
Well, he's not on screen at all if you watch the Woke Wars.
Yeah.
Even Star Wars Meg commented on the first one. Yeah. Like, this is hilarious.
Fucking Meg. Oh god.
It's like, ooh, I bet she wouldn't like wouldn't like wouldn't like the fact that this comment exists. I gotta screenshot this.
Yeah. Anyway, fucking hell. Evan, are you still alive?
Yes, I am still alive.
All right, Evan, thoughts on part 4 that you remember?
Well, first and foremost, hello, Falcon. Funny seeing you here.
Yeah.
And my final thoughts on the whole thing is I certainly hope Jessie hasn't quit his day job.
Yeah. At least, thank God, Jessie still has that army of fucking bots giving him money. Yeah. I swear to God, all these big ass video essays, they gotta be botting their sub count. I swear to God.
Dude, I saw Birdman. I was checking out his channel the other day because he posted something that popped up, and I was like, holy shit, for the amount of subs that he gets like no views on these things. He gets like
Yeah.
one every once in a while. It'll take off because it's a part of like a current events thing. But it's like anytime he tries to make anything else, it's just like, it's like 24K or something whenever he's got like 300,000 subscribers and shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
Fucking like, what the hell is it? Ants recently got a big sub boost from Birdman. He's at 100K now, and it's like, what the? No, Ant, you did not get a sub boost from the goddamn Birdman. You're buying bots,
You already
man.
shared 100% of your audience anyway because you just filleted each other all the time. He's
Yeah.
like, I remember like a year ago, Birdman was like, or Ant was on some fucking stream. Oh gosh, I forget. It's one that New York, Florida man has trolled before, or Japanese Spider-Man or whoever. He's just like,
Yeah.
Your Birdman made this video, and I think it's really turned the tide against the grifters. He like thought that it was gonna end all the channels that he doesn't like or something. It's like nobody paid attention to your fucking video, dude. And it was like over a year ago at this point, so I'm pretty sure it
Yeah.
hasn't changed shit.
Yeah. No, Cal, not pot bots. Not pot bots. No, it says there are, in fact, people who have hundreds of thousands of authentic subscribers. Well, Ant ain't one of them, Noah. Okay.
No, nobody said that.
No, said nobody ever.
Nobody said like, oh, every big channel, like they don't even have 100,000 subscribers. Like, obviously
Yeah.
not.
Anyway, all right. Well, guys, so we're gonna fucking head out. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, please give a thumbs up, comment below thoughts, stream, subscribe for more streams like this, and we'll see you guys next time in the backseat. Take care.